James Paxton pretty excited about making his 8th start of the season as he leads the Mariners out on to Safeco Field as we welcome you to Seattle, Washington as the Minnesota Twins come into town. Take on the Mariners. Dave Sims, Bill Kruger with it. Let's take a look at the Twins starting lineup for tonight.
It's the lineup. Hall of Famer Paul Molitor is rolling out. Brian Dozier hit 42 homers last year as your leadoff hitter, playing second base. Joe Mauer at first. Miguel Sano, second in the league in RBIs, hitting third. Robbie Grossman is your cleanup guy. Max Kepler in right field. Escobar is your DH. Chris Jimenez, former Mariner, is the catcher. A-Ray Andrianza is your shortstop. And Byron Buxton, a great fielder, will be in center, hitting ninth. And at the mound is big James Paxton. You see the numbers, they're eye-popping. He's had a little vacation, but came back and threw up some zeros against the Colorado Rockies. High-octane fastball and a great curveball. Mariners on defense, you Heredia, Dyson, and Gamble across the outfield, left, center, and right. And in the infield, Seager, Motter, Canó, Valencia, the infield third to first, the battery of Paxton and Zunino.
Well, here we go. Big Maple on the mound. First pitch, ball one to Brian Dozier. Plate umpire tonight, Trip Gibson, and Iasonia is at first, Brian Gorman at second, and Nick Lentz at third. Dozier fouls one off. 80 degrees and calm. Talking about the weather. The weather's calm. Beautiful day.
Oh, perfect.
Really good to have you on for the ride tonight. Mike Blauer's getting the night off.
It's a lot of fun to be up here, Dave. Thanks.
2 balls, 1 strike to Dozier. How about this guy last year with 42 home runs, 99 runs batted in, hit .268, 13th in MVP balloting, and that was an effort that topped his year before. This one skied to right to Gamble. He went .236, 28, 77, 1 down.
Yeah, so last year wasn't a fluke. This guy's got some serious pop in his bat, and third highest home run total in baseball history at second base. Only Sandberg and Rogers Hornsby have more.
It's exclusive company. Both of those guys Hall of Famers. The big James Paxton's going to face Joe Mauer here. Joe in his 14th year in the big leagues. High average. Hadn't been much of a home run guy since he had 28 back in '09. And a pitch in there. 4 strike. Here's Trip Gibson, who's got balls and strikes. Canó out short right field for Mauer. Jody, All-American kid from St. Paul, Minnesota, offered football scholarship to Florida State to play for Bobby Bowden. Turned that down. Be with the Twins, and he's been a great one. Caught in between there, 1 and 2. He's got an eye-popping salary, $23 million per. Signed it back 2011 through the 18 season, $23 million per. 1-2.
Coming off a couple of MVP seasons.
Yes, sir.
You know, with some batting titles and being at the catcher spot. It's a pretty unique commodity.
6-time All-Star, 3-time batting champion. In his '09 campaign, you remember that, 368, 28, 96. Led in on-base slugging, OPS, OPS plus. He's 0 for 1 against Paxton on deck hitters Miguel Sano. Three-2 pitch to Mauer. Here's a guy when they played at the Homer Dome, Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. Boy, he used to serve the ball in the left center into that baggie with regularity, and then he wasn't that deep a shot down the right field line, right?
No, it was short to the baggie and right, and boy, the M&Ms, they put up some numbers there. Morneau and Mauer, and now they're in that target field, big ballpark, and
yeah,
you have to hit the ball in the alleys there.
3-2 pitch, bouncing ball right to Taylor Motter. 2 down. There's Paul Molitor, Hall of Famer, elected back in '04. Same year he was the Mariners hitting coach, one of the all-time greats. He and Maurer went to the same high school, obviously not at the same time, in St. Paul. MVP of the '93 World Series. That was the Joe Carter home run walk-off against the Phillies. How about the numbers he put up in that series? 12 for 24, 10 runs, 2 homers, and 8 ribbies.
And as good as those are, I played with him for a couple years in Milwaukee, played against him a bunch. Not surprising.
Yeah.
That guy was a hit machine. Plus, having played with him for 2 years, smartest player I ever played with.
Here's Canó. Count of 1-1. Just talking to their hitting coach, James Rowson, and he said this guy is special. Hits the ball hard. Canó plays properly to retire him. And a good inning for Big Pax. 1, 2, 3 in the first. Heredia will lead off when we come back. For the 5th time this season, Guillermo Heredia is going to lead off with the Mariners. This young man has played some outstanding ball. Let's take a look at the rest of the Mariner lineup for this evening.
Here's what Scott Service is rolling out tonight. Kind of a left-hand facing lineup. Heredia will lead off in left field. Valencia, who's been incredibly hot, hitting second. Canó in the 3rd spot. Nelson Cruz 8 for 16 with 2 homers this homestand. Seager in the 5-hole. Motter filling in for Segura at shortstop. Gamble 8-game hitting streak, 455. Zunino 11 RBIs at home. Wow. And Dyson the 9-hole hitter. On the hill, Hector Santiago. There you see the numbers. 6-pitch guy, best pitch is his changeup, throws about 91 tops, has had major troubles in May, almost a 7 ERA.
First pitch to Heredia outside. Ball 1. Santiago, 29 years old, out of Newark, New Jersey. Career mark of 40 and 43 with a 3.92 ERA. Already in left field tonight. Looking to break an 0 for 12, but overall this has been a terrific start to the season, and he's well ahead in the count here, 3-0. Santiago, first strike of the night for him. Beautiful, beautiful day here in Seattle. 3-1 pitch. Guillermo works a walk to start off the Mariners first.
Here we take a look at what the Minnesota Twins are rolling out on defense. There's Joe Mauer, the famous Minnesota Twin. He'll be at first base. Outfield, Grossman, Buxton, who can really play center. Kepler in right. The infield, Canó, Andrianza, Dozier, the 40 home run guy, Mauer, and of course Santiago and Chris Jimenez as the catcher.
You want to talk about a hot bat? How about Danny Valencia? The last 3 games, 9 for 10. Got his batting average up to 283.
hard-pressed to do that wiffle ball in my backyard as a kid. 9 for 10. Jeez.
The thing that's been impressive about him, he struggled so much in the early going, trying to pull everything, and now taking it up the middle. Go to right side the other day, a couple of pitches away from him, drilled it right field.
Secret to hitting, using the whole field, staying inside the ball, letting all the cliches happen.
There's a strike, 1-1. Danny, he's got good numbers against Santiago. He's 7 for 19, a 368 clip.
I think he took over the first base job and thought he had to be 35 homers since he's at first. And that plan didn't work for Al very well in April. 181. But much better since.
Jimenez sets up inside. Up high, 2-1.
Santiago searching for the strike zone. It's been a bit of a problem for him of late.
Great month of June. Not quite a week in. Danny has really been ripping it up. 2-1 pitch here. Inside, 3-1. Robbie Canó on deck. Santiago coming over to the Twins last August 1st from the Angels. For Alex Meyer and Ricky Nolasco and some cash. Santiago beat the Mariners last year. He was with the Angels. That was on May 15th right here at Safeco Field. 8 scoreless innings, allowed just 2 hits.
Right, a big year last year. Where he had career highs in wins, and innings, and starts. He was a 215 All-Star. Then he went 6-0 and shut the league down in July of last year, and they got traded over to Minnesota. So he's capable.
Oh,
hasn't been going good this year, but he's capable.
(3-1) to Valencia. Good lead for Heredia. And pitch outside. He is struggling. And here's some good news for you. Lefties have been killing him, and here comes Robbie Canó. Lefties 5-14, 5 home runs against Santiago. Figure that.
I thought it was a misprint.
Yeah, you looked at it 3-4 times, right?
Yeah, because you see his arm slide. He kind of crossfires you. It's like, how in the world does that happen?
Robbie Canó 0 for his last 9, but Bill, you've been here the last couple of games. His best 0 for 9 you've probably seen. He's hit the ball hard just about every time.
Yeah, I mean, atom ball, atom ball, atom ball. Those things even out. Robbie knows that.
Robbie 282 on the season, 10 homers and 34 runs. Batted in, second to Nelson Cruz on the ball club in RBIs, and second in home runs. Inside. Robbie can tee off on something here. Santiago desperate for a strike. Early threat here for the Mariners. Won 3 consecutive games, 7 of the last 8. How about this? They've outscored the opposition 60-19 in that stretch. The 1-0 to Robbie. Taken for a strike.
A little frustration being taken out by the boys, I think. Well timed.
Yeah, indeed. Robbie goes at his own pace in his ABs. I've never seen, I can't remember watching a guy who dictated the tempo as a hitter as well as he does. Got his own little timing, and there it is. He's ready to hit, and you're not ready to pitch. He's stepping out.
Just epitomizes being relaxed and then ready to hit. I mean, this is unbelievable.
There's 1-1. Right off. Sound like got a piece of Jimenez.
Robbie hunting in, gets it, but just a little above the hands.
One off the glove of Jimenez, the former Mariner. Chris, veteran guy, 34 years old, been around and fun talking to him. I told him, I said, it's an absolute must. I'm telling you right now, when you hang him up, whenever that is, you better go on the TV. Good looking guy, smart, engaging, personable.
That's what you need.
He's a good one. 1-2 pitch. Hit well. Right field. Giddy up, baby. Gone. 3-run homer. Robbie Canó. Early lead on the Mariners. 3-0 Seattle.
Talk about a ball that was out in a second. Wow.
Well, you knew those hard 0 for 9s will come back to the plus side, and they have right here. For Robbie, home run number 11 takes RBI total to 37.
Hector Santiago thought he could beat Robbie Canó inside as he had for the previous pitch, but not so much. He missed his spot. Robbie was hunting middle in, got it, and just squared it up.
That is impressive. Got it on a 1-2 pitch, a 2-1 pitch. Here's Nelly. Santiago snapping at that ball. A turn pitch from turn throw from Jimenez. Nelly 5 for 18. 3 of them are home runs against Santiago. Nelly with 101 home runs as a Mariner, 298 career. Center fielder Paxton moving over to his left hand. Swing and a miss. Quick dismissal of Cruz for the first out.
I guess we're understanding why the league's hitting 5-4-14 off him from the left side, huh? I mean, Robbie Canó is no slouch, no question, but the average just went up.
Yes, it did. It's a 6th home run he's given up to a lefty hitter. Here's Kyle Seager, 4 for 21 on the homestand. 389 feet on the Robbie Canó home run. Exit velo 107. Popped it up, and it's playable. Sano makes the grab. I've got some history made in the Cardinal game, and who would have thought, and I don't think he did either, Scooter Gennett hit 4 bombs tonight.
Yeah, I mean, just by the name Scooter, you wouldn't expect 4 homers, right? It's not like they named him Mickey. But that's an incredible day for Scooter Gennett. I think he loves that Reds ballpark.
Played in left field tonight, 17th in MLB history to have a 4 home run game. Reds utility player, 13-1 win over the Cardinals. Wow. 4th homer, gave him 10 RBIs on the night, capped a 5 for 5 night. Incredible. 0-1 here to Taylor Motter. Pitch up high, count at 1-1. Well, that's august company right there. 17th player in Major League history to have a 4 home run game. 1-2 to Motter.
Makes me think about Mike Cameron's day.
Absolutely.
In Chicago. And the 5th one, he chased the center fielder to the track. He had to jump up against the wall. He would have had 5 that game.
Gennett's first homer off of Adam Wainwright was a 3rd inning grand slam. As Motter laces one left field, base hit. Comes with 2 outs here in the 1st. That'll bring Ben Gamble to the plate, the 7th man to hit here for the Mariners.
Motter, a good middle-in hitter, pulls his hands inside, just fights that ball off into left field for a base hit. Boy, he's been a welcome addition.
Very optimistic skipper Scott Service and talking to Gene Segura. They're hoping that maybe ahead of schedule. Rehab is working quite well. Another lefty for Santiago. Gamble swinging it really well. An 8-game hitting streak, 14 for his last 31.
Well, he's been great.
He really has been a revelation. Didn't make the club out of camp, got called up. Haniger goes down, and he's done a very nice job in right field. He's led off. He's batted in the 2-hole. He's batting 7th here today.
Great combination of spray hitting, a little bit of power, and a discerning eye.
Runner goes. Jimenez can't get the ball out of his glove. Stolen base. Taylor Motter. Motter 7 for 7. Helmet didn't come off, so we're not blessed with a hair flip.
Little go on first movement, gets it right, steals this bag easily. Well, he's hungry to run the bases.
I like it.
Man, oh man, that's his 3rd steal of this homestand.
Strike to Gamble. Count evens at 2-2. Trying to keep this inning alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second. Off the fist, foul back. Robbie Canó talking with Ariel Miranda, who was fabulous. A complete game on Sunday. 9 innings of 4-hit, 1-run ball, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. Picked up his 6th win. He's 6-2.
Maybe he's politicking with Canó for an AB. He did use Nelson Cruz to go 9 innings.
2-2 pitch here. Not back.
Because as the story goes, Nelson Cruz came up to Scott Services in Ariel's complete game and said, I think Ariel wants to complete this thing.
It worked out well.
It worked out great.
Really did. Complete game. Boy, that's a blast in the past. It's like being in a time capsule.
You and I know too well.
You know it. Hey, did not go as they checked with Nick Lentz down at 3rd. Count runs full. Yeah, back a generation ago, complete game, just another Monday, right?
You were supposed to complete games.
Different era. Thank you, Tony La Russa and others. 3-2 pitch. Grinding this one out. Robbie Canó, 3-run homer, has the Mariners in an early lead. Mike Zunino hoping to get a shot here. Payoff pitch. Dropped down sidearm. Strike 3 called. Nonetheless, a great inning for the Mariners. Take a look at the result of this Robbie Canó home run. Drive deep to right, and the guy in the Canó, he knew it. He knew it was gone. Ring him up. 3-0 Mariners.
Here at the Ford Sports Desk, we've been waiting for this team to get better. They start that healing process tonight with Felix Hernandez on the mound and Mitch Haniger not in the field, but he was the DH for the Tacoma Rainiers tonight against Reno. Unfortunately, Felix does not go the 4 innings they had hoped, just 2, throws 50 pitches. He got touched up for a grand slam, and that's why you see the 5 earned runs. But Haniger singled into right field. He also reached on an error. Guys, if all goes well, he should play in the field tomorrow.
Looking forward to reports on that. Haniger's been hungry to get back, as has been Felix. Thank you, Andrew. Robbie Grossman leading off. Last time we saw Robbie, he was with the Houston Astros. With them 13, 14, and 15 season. Well, he's a good high on base guy. 5th in the league, right behind Miguel Canó. Big Pax had a 1-2-3 first. Sensational run here for Paxton. Begins today with a 4-0 record, a 1.26 ERA and 7 starts. He's behind here 3-1. Grossman, Kepler, and Escobar. And a walk. Well, unless he gets a double play, that number's not going to improve, but he's in tremendous company right there. Chris Sale, Clayton Kershaw, and James Paxton. Impressive.
I think you're looking at the 2 best lefties in each league, and Sale and Kershaw, and Paxton, he's right with them.
Just a strike to Max Kepler. Max, born in Berlin. His father from Poland as a ballet teacher. His mother from Texas. They met over in Europe. He was born in Berlin. And then signed as a 16-year-old. Moved to Florida. And here he is in the big leagues. Right now behind to Paxton. 0-2. Father still teaches over in Berlin. Play him straight up in the infield. Late swing, the old emergency hack right there to keep the at-bat alive.
Threw him a slider for a strike, for the second strike, and then the curveball right there that he barely ticked.
Comes the 0-2. Something's got to give in this series, Billy. You've got the Twins with an outstanding road record at 17-6. And the Mariners have a very good home record. They're 17-10. Bouncing ball goes foul past first base coach Jeff Smith. Gene Glenn coaching at third.
Well, this Twins club off to a good start. Ate a little humble pie last year, lost 103 games.
Whoa, it's tough.
They've kind of got things turned around this year. Better chemistry.
Nice block by Zunino. The thing, as bad as that 59-103 record was, it was extra disappointing because they'd come off an 83-79 year under Paul Molitor. Talking to Paul before the game, I said, what's been the difference this year? He said, rotation's better and deeper. Defense is better. He said, we're getting off the field. The young kids getting off the roller coaster on the right side this time. They're competing really hard. He said, I put a lot of stock in that. And they're bringing it every day. They're fun to watch. So we're not Houston, but we're over 500. And they play easy, free, and hard. By the way, they've seen enough of Houston. Ditto the Mariners. Minnesota's 0-3 against the Astros. Been outscored 40-16. It should be 2. There's one. Rack 'em. So a double play. 2 down here in the second. Get ready to dance the night away Friday, June 23rd. Mariners and T-Mobile bringing you Dancing Through the Decades fireworks night. Enjoy the greatest dance music from the 40 years of Mariner baseball. set to a spectacular fireworks show. Tickets at mariners.com. So when I ask you to do the hustle out there, Bill, you gonna jump out there and show what you can do?
Well,
that covers the 40 years.
That would be about right. That's a little even before my time, but now you wouldn't want to see me do that. Good rhythm as an athlete, not so good as a dancer.
I'm not going to volunteer. I can tell you that right now. I used to fake the hustle, but I don't even know if I could fake it now. The disco era. Escobar DHing. Paxton fooled him there. 1-2.
That's what makes him so tough. When you throw that four-seamer at 97, and then the curveball comes into the same plane at 80 and falls off the table. Tough to handle both.
A little off of that. 2-2. So you got Miranda at 6-2. Paxton can stay healthy. He looks like he's in for a big run.
Oh yeah, just a matter of getting his arm strength back up, and away you go. And Miranda's a great story. 12 starts, beat up that one time in Philly. Other than that, he's been consistent. And then you look at his last 5 turns. He's given up 6 earned runs in the last 5 turns. He's more than just consistent. He's good.
3-2 pitch struck him out. So with the double play and a strikeout, he does get the 1-2-3 inning here. 3-0 Mariners. Unlimited baseball break, and coming into today's action, the American League, every team is within 5.5 games of the wild card position. Meanwhile, over in the NL, only one team is within 5.5 games of the wild card position. 3 teams are 10 or more games back. Here is Mike Zunino. Last 2 games on fire. 5 for 8. And I didn't have a chance to talk to him after he hit the grand slam on Saturday. But he hit that almost out of the ballpark. Might have broken a hotel window across the street if it had left the ballpark.
Yeah, it's like 2 rows from the top.
Yeah.
I said, some scary power, man.
I said, is it true you didn't believe where that ball went? He says, no, I came in the dugout, and the guys were saying, dude, you know where you hit that ball? You almost hit it out. He didn't believe it. Ran back, looked at the video, and he's like, whoa, it's pretty good. Swing and a miss. Mike's gone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Santiago. And the Orchid cart is all you need to ride the Sounder train, Link Light Rail, buses, ferries, and streetcars. Learn more at GetOrcaSmart.com. Third strikeout for Santiago. Action out in the pen. Here's Gerard Dyson, center fielder. The 4-game hitting streak working. 5 for his last 12. Let's see him get on base. Leads the American League, tied with Elvis Andrus at 14. 1-1 to Gerard.
I mean, he's Kenny Lofton.
Good call.
Kenny Lofton.
Good call.
As an offensive player, but he looks a lot like him, and when he gets on first, he's Kenny Lofton.
Serious speed. Broken back comebacker. There's 2 down. Get back to the top of the order, and Guillermo Heredia. Tough break right here, literally and figuratively.
Got in his kitchen there and broke his bat. Pitcher's friend right there, jam shot.
Begins the second time through the order for the Mariners. Heredia open up the Mariners home first, walking on a 3-1 pitch. Valencia walked in a 3-1 pitch, and then Robbie Canó went boom, 3-run homer. That's where we are right now. That's ball away, 1-1.
Boy, Gamble and of course Heredia, they've been indispensable in the success of this team. When you look at what the outfield was supposed to be, and then these guys stepping in and doing what they've done.
Haniger's having such a great start. 342. 342 with 4 homers and 16 runs batted in the first 21 games.
Yeah, you can't do much better than that. And you lose that, and yet between these two guys, they really haven't lost a ton of traction. Maybe not the home run power of Haniger, but they've been hit for average. They play great defense.
They can run.
And they can run and make things happen.
2 outs, 1-2 to Guillermo.
I mean, seeing this guy last year, he was really closed off. He was trying to get everything to right field. And now he's a little bit straighter. And now he can pull the ball. Not that he's a pull hitter, but he can pull the pitch. And we've seen him lean on some balls too.
Yeah.
I mean, that ball he hit on Lansdowne in Boston.
That was remarkable. Then a home run he hit here was a screaming line drive that got out.
And he can play some outfield. Nobody's talking about his outfield play, but you and I have seen it. It's exemplary, and he's got a cannon.
Big time arm. Big time arm, no doubt about that. 2-2 pitch. Cued off the end of the bat. Casey Kendall. Oh, come on, Case. The irrepressible one. He's one of the neatest, funniest guys you ever, and baseball smart off the chart.
Is effervescent, is that enough for him, or is he more than that?
Yeah, that's all. That cover. Effervescent, irrepressible. Ooh, tough call. Tough call for Heredia. He's rung up. That's a 4th strikeout for Santiago. The second one looking. 3-0 Mariners.
Hope you are following us on Twitter. If you are, you could win this baseball autographed by James Paxton. It is time for our second question of the night. So, using hashtag RootQ2, make a guess. How many strikeouts will be recorded on James Paxton in tonight's Mariners game? This is by James Paxton, of course. This is for a chance to win that baseball signed by Big Maple himself. Again, if you're not following us on Twitter, it's at @RootSports_NW. Guys, back to you.
All right, Angie, thank you. Chris Jimenez, former Mariner, at the dish, leading off here in the third. 9 years in the big leagues. Cleveland, 2011. The Mariners for a little bit, and swing and a miss. Quick AB there. He's done. Second strikeout for James Paxton.
Couple of high 90s heaters, and then here comes Uncle Charlie. Not a very good swing. Join the club.
Want to clarify the 1-2-3 inning. We checked with the home office, Stats Inc. 1-2-3 inning can't include a double play.
What are you going to do? You got to have people that, you know, are in their basement eating a meatloaf sandwich, figuring that all out for us.
They help pay the bills. A-Ray Atrianza. He's in for Jorge Polanco, and got to the ballpark and got word that his grandfather had passed, so he packed up and got out of town. Paul Molitor said, take as much time as you need. Paxton pounding the strike zone.
Dotting that inside corner on those righties. He's good at it.
Comebacker. Paxton takes care of it. Broke his back.
Fastball in the high 90s. Looks harder than it really is. You can see James thinking it was a bullet.
What is it? You're a pitcher for a long time. What's that sensation like? I mean, I know. Put it into words. I mean, that picture told a story, but
well, you overreact when the ball's hit back at you. And the swing was big, and the ball didn't do much. And we're not going to exactly call James a cat at the off the mound, but a good play. Fastball in.
What's a piece of bat that goes at him too? So he's got two things. Wow. Paxton the hitter, and Paxton I had him 0-2. Brian Dozier talking to him today, and he said he's been in this league 6 years. Paxton's the best center fielder he's played with, and certainly maybe even seen in that time. Not hitting for much, but he's a guy that will go get it.
And no concern for life or limb.
Yeah, I know, it's
he
crazy.
was just 100 miles an hour into the wall, a la Griffey.
1-2 pitch. Last year he had 225, 10 homers, and 38 runs batted in. Big improvement from the year before. He went 2 homers and 6 runs batted in. Here's how the Mariners deploy against him. Strike 3 call. Second strikeout in the inning, third of the ball game. A fabulous start for James Paxton. A 3-0 Mariners lead. Root Sports is brought to you by Virginia Mason Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. By your local Toyota dealers for all Toyota offers. Go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Good to have you with us, everybody, at Safeco Field. Middle part of this 11-game homestand. 4 with the Twins and then 3 with Toronto. Danny Valencia leading off. Danny 9 for his last 10. He walked back in the first inning following a walk to Heredia, and then Robbie Canó brought him in with the home run, his 11th. Right-hander sitting 212 entering tonight against San Diego. Left-handers sprinting to the batter's box at a clip of 5:14, and it's been added to thanks to the home run by Robbie Canó. Jimenez, he's got room. There's one away. Time for a Big Fish Casino big catch. Take you back to the Canó home run on a 1-2 pitch. Couple of men aboard. I got it, I got it, I got it. Hang with him, big fella. Look at that big glove. Pays off. It's a souvenir he'll remember for a while. Definitely paid to bring the glove. Sitting in those seats, even though he's wearing a Giants cap. And a Warriors shirt. But nary a drop of beer spilled. That's probably what he'll be most proud of.
Yes.
Here's Robbie Canó. Well, he had a Warriors shirt on. Spin without a spill. Thank you, Steph Curry.
Boy, he put LeBron in the spin cycle in game 2. Did you see
come
that,
on, LeBron's
that
6'8",
sequence of
250.
dribbling?
Come on, he's 6'8", 250.
Of course, he did pick it up and then re-dribble it, but who cares, right? It was fun.
Name me another 6'8", 250 would stay with him as long as LeBron did. But you're right, that was a heck of a move. 3-0.
I think LeBron will have something to say.
Yeah.
Game 3, don't you think?
I don't think it's over. I really don't. All right, he's got a home run on a 1-2 pitch. He's 3-0 here.
Green light?
Yes, sir. Nope. Didn't like what he saw. 3-1. Nelson Cruz on deck.
I'm thinking he's staying away this time.
Oh my goodness.
That's my guess. Tried to go inside twice. It didn't work out too well.
Robbie's got power opposite field. 3-1 pitch. Oh boy, he had a good pass.
Jimenez set up away. Ball was middle of the plate in. Robbie fouls it straight back. And you can see what he likes to go to. A heater. And not a big one. Hit about 89 tops so far tonight.
3-2 to Canó. Off the fist. San Diego 4-3 against the Mariners in 15 games. 7 of them starts. 3.09 ERA. Robbie ended a 14-inning scoreless streak with the home run in the first inning. Ball 4. Third walk issued by San Diego. It brings up Nelson Cruz. Hey, while the Mariners hit the field, your youngsters can hit the playfield. Stop by the Seattle Children's Playfield next time you're at the ballpark, where your kids can enjoy a playground, wishing well, and more. Good to see all the youngsters at the ballpark here. I can say he's seen Robbie Canó and Nelson Cruz at their best. Going Got caught in between there. Struck out on 3 pitches first time up. Now he entered tonight, 3-game hitting streak, 7 for his last 11. One.
You watch the Santiago pitch, you know, you're like, he's shaking his head, and this is just his motion, but I mean, he's stepping toward the Mariner dugout. I mean, no surprise the ball's away.
1-1 pitch.
I mean, it's like I teach kids, you know, I give them the bowling analogy. You know, if I go up to the line and bowl and I step toward the gutter, pretty good chance the ball might go in the gutter.
Solid point.
He's pitching across his body, and the ball is ending up outside of the plate.
Well, if it's a strike outside.
You think if he stepped straight toward the target, he'd do better?
Mm-hmm. The other thing, too, again, like Canó, Cruz has tremendous opposite field power. 2-1 pitch. Left that one up high. Welcome to another edition of How Far Can He Hit It?
Yes, indeed. You're tempting fate here with these long behind the counts with these guys in the middle.
3-1 to Nelson Cruz. Canó at first, 1 out. And he takes it for ball 4. So the last time he walked back-to-back men, Mariners cashed it in with a home run. Let's see if Kyle Seager can get something done. A few minutes ago, we were talking about Casey Canó. He had a foul ball hit his way off the bat of Heredia. Got it all the way? No, I don't. So as it happens in baseball, what happens if you boot a play like that? Your peers get all over you. That's bench coach Tim Bogart putting it on Casey, and he takes it with good humor as usual. He is a beauty. Pitching coach Neil Allen out to talk to his starter. There's Neil. Had some good years as reliever with the New York Mets. So Seager at the dish now. He popped out to third. If the Mariners could take advantage of a 4th walk issued by Santiago. The first 2 came home on the 3-run homer by Canó. Lefties have been feasting on Santiago. His pitch outside, ball 1. Seager with just 4 home runs here on the 6th of June. Swinging the bat well. Batting average. And he hooks this one foul. A little bit too quick. Seager 255 entering tonight's action. One out, 2 on for the Mariners. 1-1 to Kyle. Right field, that's going to get down. That should be extra bases. Canó getting waved on. Here's the relay. Dozier cuts it off. Robbie scores. Cruz to third. Mariners lead now 4-0 on the RBI double by Kyle Seager. Seager with his 29th run batted in.
Again, walks are haunting Hector Santiago. The 2 walks in the first precedes the home run by Canó. 2 more walks here in the third, and then an inside changeup to Kyle Seager. He needs this thing into the corner for a double. Kept his hands back on that changeup nicely.
Brings up Taylor Motter. Got a base hit, left field, and stole a base. Chance to pick up 2 here. Randy Rosario starting to heat up. Twins bullpen. outfield about halfway. Late swing by Motter, trying to take it right side. 0-2. There's Rosario. The 4 walks tonight by Santiago. 3 of them have scored. The 4th walk, that's Cruz. He's at third base. Seager at second. Kyle's 11th double takes over the team lead in that category.
Point infield isn't all the way in, but we're halfway. Good opportunity for Motter for an RBI.
Outfield not particularly deep either. 0-2 pitch. Gets away. No advance. They could really put the kibosh on Santiago's night right here with a base hit. And there is a familiar face right there. Eddie Guardado. Everyday Eddie. What a good guy.
Fantastic personality, great closer. We had a nice chat before the ball game, and he's excited about this team.
Motter looking to pick up 2 here. 1-2 pitch. Did it hit him? No, it didn't. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They got Santiago on the ropes here. 2-2 pitch to Motter. Takes up high, another full count. Ben Gamel's on deck.
He does have a left-hander on deck, but that might not be what he wants. Left-hander's hitting over 500 against him.
It's his 6th 3-ball count here tonight. 3-2 pitch. Took a lot off. High fly ball left field. Long run by Grossman. Nelly could walk home, and he will. And it's 5-0. Mariners as Seager tags, and he goes to third. So Taylor Motter gets the job done. Picks up an RBI, his 21st.
Three-two count, high changeup. Motter does a good job of getting the ball in the air, which is going to guarantee a run. Nice piece of hit by Taylor Motter.
So all 4 of his walks have scored. They're making a pitching change here. They don't want him to face another left-hander. So Hector Santiago, quick exit, 5-0 Mariners. Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Great look at Lake Union right here in Seattle. Beautiful. As it is down here in Soto, Safeco Field, as we come to you above the A in Safeco Field. Dave Sims and Bill Kruger tonight. Short stint for Hector Santiago. Second time this season. Billy's only gone 2 2/3.
Well, he's in a rough patch right now. More of the same. We talked about his last 5 appearances, 9 ERA. He adds to that, gives up 5 earned runs so far in 2 2/3. He walked 4. That was the real killer of his performance.
No doubt about it. All 4 scored.
Here we take a look at Randy Rosario. This is only his 2nd appearance. Left-hander with a plus fastball and a slider.
Inside to Ben Gamel. Then struck out looking at a 3-2 pitch. First time ball gets away. Seager bluff coming down the line. Seager with an RBI double. He's at 3rd with 2 down. Ben sends one the other way. Randy Rosario, 23 years old, just turned 23 last month, out of Nagua, Dominican Republic. Second game. Here's a guy signed here by the free agent signee by the Twins. 1-1.
A little better heater than the report had him at, 96.
That's not bad.
He's letting it go.
The Mariners have cashed in 4 free passes tonight. 2 walks in the first, 2 walks in the third. And a sac fly. Good early portion of this ball game. 2-2 to Gamel. James Paxton has been outstanding. Had a double play help him out in the second. Here's a 2-2. Full count. Run by Rosario.
4 fastballs and a cement mixer slider. I think he's going to throw a fastball here.
So Mike Zunino, he's on deck. Three-two pitch to Ben. And a breaking ball. Jimenez will throw down the first. They complete it, and that'll do it. But an RBI by Seager and an RBI by Motter extends the lead to 5-0 for the Mariners.
Everybody, Angie Mentic here at the Forward Sports Desk. We continue to wait and watch this team as they get more and more healthy. Felix Hernandez took the hill today for the Tacoma Rainiers. They were hoping he was going to be able to go 4 innings. Unfortunately, he didn't get that far. They wanted to see 60 pitches. Instead, they got 2 innings, 50 pitches. The 5 earned runs, you see that he allowed the grand slam. Right now, that game, by the way, is tied in the 6th inning. Mitch Haniger, the DH in that game, and if all goes well, he should be playing in the field tomorrow. So far, he is still 1 for 3 in this game, and he reached on an error in his first at bat. Guys.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. Hopefully Felix can rebound from that performance. Top of the order for the Twins, Brian Dozier, second baseman. He's out of Tupelo, Mississippi. Bill, fill in the blank. Who's from? Who was from Tupelo, Mississippi? You ain't nothing but the king, Elvis Presley from Tupelo, Mississippi. High fly ball taking Heredia deep fence. He's there. It's gone. Dozier, they had 42 of them last year. That's his 9th for this season. And the Twins are on the board. It's 5-1 Mariners.
Just because he leads off and plays second doesn't mean he's not a serious home run threat. Fastball up in the zone. And he's ready for it.
Big stride. Right into his wheelhouse.
That's the first home runs he's given up this year.
Correct. Righties were hitting $185 against him coming into tonight's game. Lefties 192. There's Joe Mauer, bounced out to moderate short. Like that reacts of Paxton. All right, it happened. First one. I got a lead. 5-1.
I love his demeanor on the mound. He doesn't get rattled.
Guillermo, nicely done. Beauty being left-handed in left field.
Joe Mauer, he can really hit the ball the other way, but this is a fine play because you've got wall and line drive with slice on it all at the same time, and Guillermo Heredia plays it like it's nothing.
Yep. Time he makes that catch, Sandy Almiroz comes to my mind. I can't help it. 55 World Series. Miguel Sano, be careful. Talking to James Rowson, their hitting coach. And it's not surprising to see the infielders deep against this guy.
Yeah.
He's up there with Cruz in terms of exit velocity. This young man can really punish a baseball.
Yeah, the league has him at first. They keep track of those things. First in exit velocity average. He hits it hard.
Slicing drive, right center field, deep. Base of the fence. And in with a slide, big man Miguel Sano with his 9th double. It sounded like some of the balls that Cruz hit. Sounded like he hit it. He muscled it out off the middle of the bat.
Yeah, this guy's got up the middle power like Cruz. You see that stroke? Kind of an inside out stroke. Stays up the middle of the field. No part of the park he can't reach. And this is a rocket off the 380 sign for a double.
Impressive. Robbie Grossman walked and was erased in a double play back in the second. So Sano, he's at second. He's been a very good hitter on the road. 357 compared to 255 at home. Gets away from Zunino. And rumbling down to third is Sano. A wild pitch.
James Paxton curveball bounces. Zunino does a good job of blocking it, but the ball kicks to his right, and Sano has his weight correct and is able to advance to third on the wild pitch.
Two and one. Home run by Dozier, first hit of the game. Sano at 6'4", 260. Terrific athlete on top of being a very big man. That's inside 3-1.
Awfully good pitch right there.
Sure was. issues his second walk. Both have come to Grossman. The runners at the corners now. One out and a run in. Blue Jays, they're going to fly south to Safeco Field for 3 action-packed games against the Mariners starting this Friday. You better get on your weekend plans right now by picking up great seats to a great series at Mariners.com, because you know our good neighbors to the north love to come to Seattle, and especially now with the Blue Jays making some noise. They're only 2 games under 500 as we enter today. They have improved dramatically. And I think it started against in that sweep against the Mariners when we were up there last month.
Yeah, they've been pretty banged up. You got Donaldson back in that lineup, Tulowitzki back in that lineup, Jay Happ back in the rotation. So Jays have talent. And they've got a loyal following coming down from British Columbia. It's the nation's team, and this is their chance to see them. And there'll be a sea of blue and red here. That's for certain.
We were talking about that earlier. When they open the gates here at Safeco Field about 5 o'clock, it looks like the Oklahoma land rush. Strike one to Max Kepler. And those gates open. People are not just Easter parading down the aisles. They are sprinting. 0-1 here to Kepler. He bounced into a double play last time. Could use one right here. The pivot by Canó. There's one, and that's all they'll get. Run scores. Fielder's choice RBI. Kepler's 26 as they erase Grossman. Scoring on a play is Canó.
Fastball in. Kepler hits it just a little too long of a hop for Canó to turn it. And the Twins find a way to tally.
So 2 outs. A couple of runs in. Escobar. Strike one to him. Twins come in winning Sunday at Anaheim 3-2. That gave them 3 wins out of 4 against the Angels. In this series against the Mariners here in the middle part of a 3-city trip. Next stop San Francisco for 3. The Mariners will see the Twins next week in Minneapolis, Monday through Thursday. The 0-1 hit the other way. Find some open spaces. Kepler will get to third. Paxton in some trouble now, as the tying run will come to the plate in person of Chris Jimenez, the former Mariner.
Real nice inside out stroke by Escobar as he lets that, pulls those hands in and just inside outs the ball to right field on a fastball in.
So Jimenez will be the 7th man to the plate here. Struck out on 3 pitches first time.
And that was a good morning, good afternoon, good night. A really nasty curveball to strike him out. Be a good spot for another.
Chris hit .203 in 24 games for the Mariners in 2011. Strike one. Jason Castro does most of the catching, but Chris has had plenty of opportunity to play. Off speed pitch misses outside. On 1 pitch. Hang up for Mr. Canó. Makes the easy play. And the Twins get on the board. A couple of runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. Leave a couple. It's 5-2 Mariners. the Minnesota Twins as we take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Mattress Firm. Getting a healthy heap of the Twins here in this segment. Got these 3 games this week. Toronto comes to town, then 4 in Minneapolis. Go to Texas for 3. It's already hot down there. And then come home for another nice long homestand to finish out the month of June. This by far the best month in terms of home schedule for the Mariners, August being the worst. Mariners only home from the 10th to the 16th. In August, we'll spend the first half and the back half, or back third, if you will, on the road as we come to you from above the A and Safeco field. Here's Mike Zunino. Fouls one off.
The powers to be, just that was the 1 month they had left in everybody's schedule, and they just said, well, that's all you get.
You know what I always say when I see a schedule like that? What was the first draft like?
Yeah. I mean, it's the circus came to town and never left. But the circus isn't even coming to town anymore.
Right. Doesn't exist anymore. How about that? This is Randy Rosario. It's on in relief of Hector Santiago. It's his second big league game. Mike certainly got a lot of confidence off of the performance he's had over the weekend. Last 2 games, 5 for 8. Grand slam that almost left the ballpark.
But it's noticeable. I mean, he's more upright. His hands are higher. He's trying to keep the barrel of the bat above the ball. And he's hitting some balls up the middle and the other way. And that is probably the better part of the story than the giant home run he hit.
You bet. 2-2. Hit foul. The other thing too. Oh, nice grab by the fan down there. They've given him. We talked about this a while ago, but the Zunino rules. He's got 5 or 6 checkpoints, and he says, "I know when I get up there, yeah, I'm comfortable. Mentally, I feel so much better." And I said, "Is this the real deal from now on?" He says, "Yeah, I think it is." We'll see.
Well, he's diligent.
To say the least.
There's no young man that wants it more than he does. He's diligent, hardworking. He's a team guy. Just have to root for him.
2-2 pitch. Bounced up there. Mike with a 2-run single, 4th inning and Sunday 7-1 win over the Rays. Gerard Dyson on deck. Here's the 3-2. Bouncing ball to Canó, and eats him up. Base hit. Gave ground on it. Zunino's hitting streak at 3 games. He is now 6 for his last 10.
Talk about some nasty topspin right here. Zunino hitting down this baseball, and that second hop had "I'm going to eat you up" written all over it. Canó backed up, could not make the play.
So here's Gerard Dyson, like Brian Dozier, proud son of the state of Mississippi, from Macomb, Mississippi. He and Dozier train in Hattiesburg, where Dyson spends his off season, and home of the Southern Mississippi Eagles. That's the alma mater of Brian Dozier. And Corey Dickerson the other day, he too from Macomb, Mississippi. DH left fielder with the Rays. 0-1 pitch here to
Having
Gerard.
a big year.
Yeah, he is. Dickerson down to 3rd in batting average in the American League. But Segura, even though he's out, is qualified for enough ABs, and he leads at 341. 0-2 here to Gerard, the comebacker to the starter Hector Santiago back in the 2nd inning. 0-2 pitch. Oh, it hit him. Golly Moses. He's been hit so many times, it's ridiculous. It's the 9th time he's been teed up. The book on him, everybody and their brother works him inside. They play Carly Simons. Haven't got room for the pain. I don't know if that's going to soothe him, but I get it.
No, not a lot of padding on that body. It's all muscle, and Dice taking one for the team there. Rosario's not aiming it, man. He's throwing pretty hard.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's going to leave a mark.
Yep. Talked to Gerard about that. I guess remember that one game he got hit 3 times at 3 consecutive at bats. He said it's not like I'm hitting 395 with 40 bombs. In the book, everybody that comes in when we say they pitch him inside, and guys tend to have missed a lot.
Well, I would say this about Dice: if he could learn to spit on the ball in and take some walks, they'd quit pitching him in there because he's just way too dangerous on the bases.
Get through, it does, through the hole. Zunino will get the stop sign from Maniac. The ball goes right to the left fielder, Robbie Grossman. So the bases are loaded here for Danny Valencia.
Heredia. Hands above the ball. Hits it sharply in the hole.
Mariners have them loaded up. Nobody out. Zunino, Dyson, and Heredia. And Danny Valencia walking a foul out to the catcher. Came in riding a 3-game hitting streak, 9 for 10, now 9 for his last 11. Bases loaded, looking to do some big damage here. And he takes a strike. Three career grand slams for Danny.
You can kind of gear up for hard. It's hard fastball, hard slider.
Done a good job. Runners in scoring position, 306 with a homer. 22 runs batted in. One. Stay away from him. And it's been Danny's strong suit lately. Seen a lot of pitches away, and he's taking them that way. Paul Molitor, a Hall of Famer in his 3rd year as skipper. These Minnesota Twins. He's his hometown team, St. Paul guy. There's 1-1. Danny drives one down the line. Foul. Oh, baby. He made some seriously,
wow,
some seriously solid contact on that one. Just a little too quick.
And this is a missile off the second deck and just a little bit.
Dad will see that pitch again. Here's some news. Astros 11-game win streak over. Royals beat them 7-1. They blow a lead. There's 1-2 pitch outside.
Eventually, their bats just have to get tired, don't they? In Houston.
Well, they're playing some serious ball. Angie will have some highlights coming up a little bit later. Big moment, 2-2 pitch. Way outside. He's got to throw him a strike now. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Houston had a 7-1 lead and lose 9-7 to Kansas City in KC. On deck, Robinson Canó. He already checked in with a 3-run homer and a walk. He scored twice. Valencia, see if he can blow the lid off of this game. 5-2. Mariners in the lead. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Pitch from Rosario. Drop it straight back in. Good rip. Inning started with Mike Zunino. Base hit left field. Dyson is hit by a pitch, and Heredia base hit through the hole left side. Great opportunity here in the home fourth. Valencia with 5 homers, 26 runs batted in. It's time. Well, we got a minute. Check a few other scores. Texas beat the Mets 10-8 in Arlington. Angels win at Detroit 5-3. Oakland 2-1 over Toronto. That's in the 6th in Oakland. As mentioned, Houston loses at Kansas City 9-7. Colorado wearing out Cleveland 11-3, top 9. That's in Denver. Here we go. 3-2 to Valencia. Bases loaded, nobody out. Do it again. Victor Santiago, he got chased after 2 2/3. Rosario came on to get the last out of the 3rd inning. He is neck deep in it right now. 3-2 pitch to Valencia. Driven well into the gap. Everybody run. Zunino scores. Dyson right behind him. Heredia flying. Getting a wave on. He's going to score. Danny Valencia's cleared the bases. 8-2 Seattle. What a bullet by Danny. Man, is that guy hot. Texas RBI total to 29 on his 10th double. That was an 8-pitch at bat.
He knew that Rosario had to come hard at him. Stayed looking out over the middle of the plate, and boy, got a fastball up and over the zone, and he's just not missing right now. And off and running are the Mariners as he clears the bases.
That was impressive. Got a pitch he can handle, and he crushed it. Boy, after the struggles he had, he's got a lot of things figured out right now. Danny Valencia, 17 homers, 85 ribbies last year. The hottest hitter the Mariners have right now. Time for our AARP. Getting to know Canó. Most home run by a second baseman since 2015. You got them both here in this ballpark. And both have homered this evening. Impressive. An 8-2 lead for the Mariners. Probably a home run and a walk. A couple runs scored. Ball 1. And the Twins have been a fantastic road club at 17-6. The Mariners 17-10 here at home. So I mentioned earlier, something had to give. Probably in a good count at 2-0. So you got Alex Wimmers heating up in a hurry. Valencia has picked it up fabulously. 181 in April, 364 in May, 643 in June, as Robbie delivers a base hit to center field, too shallow to score Valencia. So first and third, one out, and Robbie having a night. So runner at the corners. And how about this? Fewest games to reach 100 home runs with the team. You want to talk about some great company. Mr. Ruth, A-Rod, Roger Maris, Big Daddy Cecil Fielder, and Nelson Cruz. That is a heck of a list.
That is a very notable list. And of all the parks, Nelson Cruz playing in the toughest one of all those guys.
And I'll never forget, he told me he loves the batting eye here, so this has always been his favorite ballpark. Pitching change, 8-2 lead for the Mariners.
Here at the Ford Sports Desk, the Yankees and the Red Sox played tonight, but the power game within the game happened in the 7th inning. Aaron Judge was at the plate. You know him, the big, huge beast, up against Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly unleashed a pitch on him, and if accurate, it is the fastest pitch in the majors this season, clocked at 103.5 miles per hour. They round up on the gun 104 miles per hour. Coincidentally, Joe Kelly also has the second fastest pitch. He did that earlier this season against the Cubs, 102.2. So Aroldis Chapman now at 3rd and 4th place for this season. By the way, I guess I should point out, guys, that the Red Sox did win that game 5-4. And I will say this, we may have to call it a tie because Aaron Judge able to foul that ball off. I don't know how you foul 104 miles an hour off.
He's a gifted young man, Aaron Judge. There's Alex Wimmers.
Just his 3rd appearance. A little above average fastball, likes his changeup, throws it 35% of the time.
Elliott, a strikeout, walk and a run scored tonight. Big moments here offensively for the Mariners. 8 runs on 7 hits. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Good save by Jimenez. 1-2. 3-run homer by Canó in the 1st. RBI double Seager in the 3rd. Sac fly Mater in that 3rd. And a bases clearing double, bases loaded double here by Valencia here in the 4th. That is going to be a base hit. Nelly picks up another RBI. The RBI leader in the American League checks in to make it a 9-2 ball game. RBI number 46. For Nelson Cruz. It was a broken bat. Base hit. Moving up to 2nd is Canó.
Changeup, able to keep his hands just back long enough, hits it out the end of the bat, but so strong, just muscles it into left center for an RBI.
Bookpal's going to run for Nelly. Savvy move by skipper Scott Service. Don't want to lose your big dog here with a big blowout game, having him running the bases.
No.
So Kyle Seager popped out the 3rd. RBI double to right field. Still nobody out here for the Mariners in the 4th. There we go. So Carlos Ruiz, Tyler Smith. They are still available with Bookpal now entering the game at the DH. Strike 1 to Seager. There's a 2-1 pitch. There's a drive right field. That baby's high, hanging up and gone. Kyle Seager with a 3-run homer. They've blown the roof off. Here's Zach Gofield. Big score against the Minnesota Twins. 3-run jack for Seager. His 6th RBI total. 4 for tonight. 32 on the season. 12-2 Seattle.
We get all 3 of them cooking with gas. You got a major problem for the opponent. Good to see Kyle Seager turn on one, get on the home run board, and we're going to take a look at it in the loop zone. Looks like a changeup. Kept his hands back. Good pull hitter. Gets it up in the air tonight. It's a warm night. Ball's carrying. And 3-run homer.
Motter goes airborne, but well short of leaving the yard. Is short. Look out! Look out! Shortstop. Adrianza bumps into Grossman. Makes the play for the first out. Aaron's bringing the ninth man to the plate. Seager, yes indeed, loop zone, Bill, no doubt about it.
Pretty swing, his timing perfect. This place is built for a left-hand pull hitter, and there you go.
4 RBI night for Kyle. Here's the ninth man to the plate, Ben Gamel. 1 out, 7 in.
I mean, you can never predict baseball.
No, not don't even.
You look at that stretch where the Mariners were just completely in fathom, and you know, they were just couldn't hit. They got 9 runs in 8 games. They lose the leading hitter in the league, and now you can't stop them. They're averaging over 7 runs a game. They got 12 tonight. That's going to raise their average.
So this is the 9th game. So you add that 12. So that's 72 to 21 over the last 9 games. They've outscored the opposition. Ben Gamel struck out looking at swinging. Don't be shy. Join the party. 2-2. That is one beautiful number. I wonder if 307-27 will be a magic number somewhere in somebody's lottery. 2-2. Ninth man to the plate, 1 out. And Ben strikes out. Tough night for him. 3rd K. And there's 2 outs. And Gamel and Dyson, the only Mariners starters without a hit tonight. Been a cavalcade of base hits, home runs, a lot of good stuff.
And you look at this lineup now, and you have all that athleticism and speed. You got the 3 in the middle really swinging the bat like they can, and then we know what the bottom of the order has done over the last 8 games. We got the numbers right. 455 and adding to it. No place to hide.
Danny Valencia has been amazing. Seager's had a fantastic night, driving in 4. Danny's driven in 3. Here's Anino, second time they sent it, swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 to Zunino. Mike started the inning. Base hit to left. 2-2. And it takes a called strike 3, but it's been a fabulous inning for the Mariners. 7 runs on 7 hits, no errors, nobody left. 12-2 Seattle. So far here at Safeco Field, James Paxton looking for his 5th win. And he's got tremendous support. He's done his end of the bargain too. Struck out 3, walked a couple, but this has been some of the best run support he's ever seen.
Yes. Rarity to have this many runs at this point in the ball game or in any part of the ball game.
He's got 8, 9, and 1 coming up. A-Ray Adrianza, shortstop. Buxton and Dozier coming up. One and 2. A lot of hitting stars tonight for the Mariners. Yes, Danny Valencia right in the middle of it. Came in 9 for his last 10. Delivers a bases loaded double. Plates 3. Kyle Seager's driven in 4. Cruz has driven in a run. Motters brought 1 home. Here's a 2-2. So give me the mindset, Billy. You're a pitcher. You're out there. You got a big lead, 12-2. You got great stuff. You're on a nice little roll here. Just amp it up another notch and throw quality strikes, right?
Yeah, I think you just use the big part of the park and to your advantage and challenge them in the strike zone a little bit more.
Don't need nibbling, right?
No. You know, the worst thing you do is walk people and create a big inning trying to overpower them, and just like I said, use the big part of the park and use your fastball like that.
Fouled it back in 95.
I mean, you have the ebb and flow of pitching, and you know, going through these periods where he's been hurt and back through 74 pitches. I mean, what we're seeing today a little bit in regards to his stuff, it's not quite as good, but that's to be expected in his second turn where he just went out and threw 74 pitches, because you can go throw him in AAA or you can throw simulated games. It's not the same thing. So he's going to go through a stretch where his arm strength is kind of going to go down and go back up again.
Right.
And but if you're making pitches, it's not that big a deal.
Staying with the fastball, and Adrianza fouling it off. Three-2 from Paxton. Broken back ground ball. Seager cuts it off. On away. Game 2 of this series coming up tomorrow. 10 pitch at bat there. And boy, what a casualty that was. CenturyLink brings you what's next. Alberto Mejia against Giovanni Gallardo. And Gallardo, Bill, trying to stay away from. He seems to have that one bad inning almost every outing.
Yeah, he's been in a little bit of a rut, but very talented guy, has great stuff and a lot of experience. 100-game winner. He'll bounce back tomorrow.
Here's Byron Buxton. And Dave Valley joins us right now. Dave was just getting Bill's perspective on being ahead 12-2 early in a game like this. What about from a catching perspective? What's your mindset at this point?
Right now, it's a pretty good thing when you have a 10-run lead like that. But I think from my standpoint, as far as calling a game, you're going to be a little bit more aggressive. You're going to use your fastball a little bit more until you get into a situation where the other team may have a chance to score some runs and get back into it. But other than that, you're pretty much going to be going right after those guys. And the way James is throwing the ball and locating his fastball, I like his chances.
Yeah, I'll say, Val, no question about it. And as you come out of the dugout to start an inning, is that something you want to make sure you reinforce?
Yes, strike one. Just telling your guy, hey, let's go right after them, make them swing at your pitch, but start throwing the ball in the strike zone. Make them put the ball in play. Share the ball with your teammates. You got 10 runs here. You know, you still don't want to give up any earned runs. You don't want your pitcher to take on any extra earned runs, but you still want him to throw strikes and work ahead.
The line drive left field. Put some good swing thoughts, right, Val? No question.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks a lot. We're here, Dave Valley, on Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines, coming up after this contest. Base hit there by Buxton. That's the 4th for the Twins this evening. Back to the top of the order, and Brian Dozier homered last time up. He's 1 for 2, flied out to right to open up the ball game.
Got a fastball up to Dozier last time, and he put a charge into it. Number 9 so far this year for Dozier, who hit 42 last year.
Dozier 13th in All-Star and MVP balloting last year. Paxton working at a brisk pace, 1-1. Valencia will take a look. Ball, 2 strikes. Interesting on that play, watching Dan Iasonia, the umpire, getting over in good position to see if Valencia made the play. Veteran guy, been around for a long time, good umpire. 12 runs on 9 hits for the Mariners, 2 runs on 4 hits for Minnesota.
A couple of sliders from James. Hasn't thrown that a ton. Dozier, you know, such a quality hitter, you got to kind of break out and go deeper into your repertoire.
Motter and Canó at double play depth, outfield straight away. And Zanino, that one gets away from him. It'll be a wild pitch. So a wild pitch charge to Paxton. It's his second tonight. Takes a double play out of the picture. 3-2 pitch here to Dozier, and in the dirt. His 3rd walk. Time now for a Geico. This date in MLB history. June 6, 07, Trevor Hoffman comes first major league pitcher to reach 500 games and a 500 saves and a 5-3 Padres win over the Dodgers. All-time save list, you got Mariano Rivera 652, Hoffman at 601, and Lee Arthur Smith at 478.
Boy, terrific closer. I played with him in San Diego, and terrific guy, tough competitor, and not a guy that threw particularly hard. Had a great changeup.
It came up as a shortstop, right?
Yes.
Breaking ball for a strike to Joe Mauer. Joe 0 for 2, shortstop, grounded out to shortstop, fouled out to Heredia. Mentioning on that list, Lee Smith with all those saves, not getting any kind of play for Hall of Fame. Good closer, very good closer. Another off-speed pitch to Mauer. In there for a strike.
Another slider from Paxton. Has a little bit of feel for that pitch. And able to get ahead of Mauer. It's a good pitch against a left-hand hitter.
Line drive has Paxton ducking. Coming around is Buxton, plus speed. Dozier to 3rd, standing. RBI Joe Mauer. Makes it 12-3 Mariners. RBI for Joe is 24th.
One too many sliders for strikes. This is a center cut. Mauer, who hits left-handers very well, almost 290 career. He stays up the middle of the field and the other way, and that allows him to handle the breaking ball better. Back of my head, I'm thinking fastball in, and threw another slider.
Another visit to the mound by Mariner pitching coach Mel Stoudemire Jr. second tonight. This Mariners ever-changing roster. Let's take a look at who's available, who's out in the bullpen. Mel has said his piece. There you go. There's your righties: Altavilla, Cishek, Cloyd. We have not seen him yet. Edwin Diaz. Lefties Pazos and Zepchinski. Nick Vincent and Tony Zick.
the number of relievers the teams carry, they have to like bring extra chairs out there. There's not enough room on the bench.
Here's Miguel Sano. Down the line, foul. Sano second to Nelson Cruz in RBIs in the American League. Tony Zick is warming up for the Mariners right now. Sano with a double. Right center field in the fourth inning. And grounded out to Canó his first time up. Another foul ball. 0-2. Leading vote getter for third baseman in the American League, Miguel Sano. Latest vote tally came out today, and he's gone by Manny Machado, third baseman for the Orioles. The 0-2. Blocked nicely by Zunino. All at 2 strikes. 2-2, and oh man, Paxton didn't get a break there. Fans letting Trip Gibson here at the home plate umpire.
Ball's right at the bottom of the strike zone. No love for James Paxton.
2-2 to Sano. Counts run full. On deck hitter Robbie Grossman. He's walked twice. Breakout year last year for Sano. 25 homers, 66 runs batted in. 3-2. Off speed pitch, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5. Check that, strikeout number 4, beg your pardon.
After all fastballs and sliders, here comes Uncle Charlie, and
impressive.
He beats one of the more dangerous hitters in the league, and Miguel Sano.
Fourth K. He's walked 3. There's Grossman. All 1.
I mean, where's Bo Jackson with the crack of the bat over the helmet? You know, you're a big, strong guy, Sano. Let's go. Come on.
They really get fooled on that pitch down low.
Wish we could have seen more of Bo Jackson.
Oh my goodness.
Wasn't that something? He was just starting to figure it out, believe it or not.
Love it when we go to Kansas City and they play a sizzle reel of Vincent Jackson. And man, it is special. Campbell's going to put this away. And Doug. Bob and Doug McKenzie are here early. Blue Jays don't get here till the weekend. 12-3 Mariners. Root Sports being brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. By Amtrak Cascades. What a beautiful way to travel. Visit AmtrakCascades.com. And by CHI Franciscan Health, the Mariners' official partners in health. Learn to stay Northwest healthy at nwhealthy.org. Mr. Dyson hit by a pitch in the big 4th inning. Mariners 7 runs on 7 hits. Inside, this by Alex Wimmers. One of the fun things about watching Danny Valencia hit one to the gap in left center field was watching Heredia and Dyson run the bases, because they got into high gear quickly and they were motoring.
That was the Olympic relay team going on there.
Man, that was impressive. Not too many teams could run out guys that, heck, either one can anchor 4x1.
So much fun, because we had the station to station model here for a number of years. It's kind of fun to see that speed, right?
3-1 pitch. Back up this way. Make sure your wheels are greased, ready to move. We have no gloves up here, pal.
That's right. So
use
discretion,
roll.
right?
Yeah, pick a side and roll. It comes up here. 3-2 pitch to Dyson. Pulled a string nicely on him. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Wimmers. Quality pitch.
3-2 changeup to a guy that runs like that. That's almost illegal. What's that guy thinking? I'm not throwing him a changeup.
Batting in the 9-hole, you just want to put him away with a heat, right?
I'm just throwing fastball. I don't want to walk him.
Here's Heredia. He's walked, struck out looking, singled and scored. Scored twice. Starter Hector Santiago chased after 2 2/3. He walked 4 men. They all scored. Walked the first 2 men, Heredia and Valencia. Canó, first inning homer, 3-run shot. Look out. Then with 1 out and a third, he walked Canó and Cruz. Seager delivered an RBI double and a sac fly by Modern. Scored the 2 walks in that inning. All right. Sparky getting some TV time in a baseball. Not bad. Oh, that hit him. And Guillermo's got to get a base hit. Talk about return to sender. The only thing that could have helped him was the old batting practice L screen.
Fastball away and a rocket off the calf. That was an ideal fielding position.
No, it wasn't a classic baseball card finish from the 1950s, right?
No.
The glove up, ready to.
But you are mighty close when you let go of that baseball. Not a lot of reaction time.
What was the most scared you've ever been when a ball came back at you? And I'm going to bet it was some power hitter, right?
Well, the hardest ball ever for me was spring training, 1994.
Right.
With Detroit. We're playing in Sarasota, playing the White Sox. And Robin Ventura hit one up the middle at me. That was dead square, going to hit me right between the eyes. And I brought my glove up, and all I did was turn my head just a fuzz, and the ball deflected off of my side of my head and ended up halfway down the left field line.
Holy mackerel.
So it was a glancing blow. So I was able
there's
to.
too many lines there. I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
Well, the interesting part of the story was, guess who's on deck?
Big Frank?
No, Michael Jordan. Ooh. So everybody in the ballpark, we had their cameras up. They're all ready for Michael Jordan. Here's my chance to go one-on-one with Michael Jordan.
Right.
And I wussed out and got hit by a line drive in the head. Had to come out of the game.
MJ was next. Wow.
I'm a couple hooks. See you later.
Yeah, right.
Don't mess with me. You can't play me one-on-one.
That would have been a moment for you.
So you know something? You pile up enough innings, you get hit by balls. I got 2 glancers off my head, both of them in spring training, and I wore some other balls.
Yeah.
I got line drives off of pretty much every body part. It's all part of being out there, man.
Here's Danny. It's ball 1. All right, You had to pitch Danny Valencia right now, who could not be any hotter. He's covering everything.
Yeah, he's, you know, we're watching him. He's covering away. So I guess if I got ahead of him, I'd try to pound him in. Otherwise, I'm pitching him down.
That hit by Heredia, the 10th tonight by the Mariners. Swing and miss. Then he 1 for 2. So he is 10 for his last 12. Yikes. That's why Jerry DiPoto brought him here. 17 homers last year with Oakland. 1-1 pitch here.
I mean, the guy's a 270 plus career. He can hit. And he's got some power. He just tried to hit 3-run homers with Cruz, and that was a mistake. And then he got back to his game in this last month or so. And, you know, he's enjoying the 2-hole and the 5-hole. Those are 2 really good places to hit in this lineup.
Good lead by Heredia. 2-2.
That was a free swing. He was looking to go yard right there. Hunting fastball.
Bases loaded double in the 4th. Takes his RBI total to 29. So 29 RBIs. Still trailing Seager. Seager's driven in 4. He's got 32. Cruz and Canó at the top of the list. Cruz with an RBI tonight gives him 46. Canó's driven in 3. He's got 37. Got some action out. Craig Breslow, the veteran, heating up. 2-2. A full count. Danny Valencia. Robbie Canó on deck. He scored 3 times tonight, 2 for 2 with a walk. Broken bat, popped up. Sano's got it for out number 2. A lot of bats returning to dust here tonight.
It's a changeup, but Danny staying inside the baseball and gets jammed, and maple bats exploding, flying everywhere like spears. Because, you know, the ash bats, they just crack.
Right.
These maple bats explode.
Discomforting thought.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you just kind of wonder when someone's going to get skewered, and I hate to think that, but dangerous.
Canó 3-run homer. Walk and run scored in the 3rd, base hit and a run scored in the 4th. What a night. Ball 1. If you're just joining us, the Mariners 7 runs on 7 hits in the 4th inning, sending 10 men to the plate. Seager with a 3-run homer in that inning. Valencia 3-run double in that inning. And an RBI single by Cruz. 1-0 here to Robbie. Mariners on a run scoring tear. 9 games now, 72 runs they've scored, giving up 22. It's up to the moment.
That is lapping the field.
Yes, it is. Robbie caught a break there. 2-1. Last year, when the Twins came to town, they swept the Mariners in late May, 7-2, 6-5, and 5-4. The Mariners went to Minnesota, won 10-1, lost 3-2, and won 4-3.
So a little payback time for the Mariners.
You know it.
Based on what they did last year.
Twins have had come into today's game with 5 consecutive wins here in this ballpark and 8-2 over the last 3 years in Seattle. So this is a nice little turnaround here. 3-1 to Robbie. If it stays fair, that baby's gone. Nope. Three and two.
Trying Robbie on the inner half, and he buggy whips it, just misses the foul pole.
Get that body language. Get it going the other way. Didn't work. Robbie. 3-2. 2 out. Runner on. Heredia. He's on the move. And ball 4 to Robinson Canó. His second walk. So he's been on base all 4 times. And Paul Molitor has seen enough. Book Powell's coming into the next hitter. He's taking over for Nelson Cruz in the DH spot. It's all Mariners tonight, 12-3.
Here at the Ford Sports Desk, and multiple media outlets right now are reporting that the Mariners and Jean Segura are close or have completed a multi-year contract extension. We are hearing 5 years. Now, officially from the Mariners, we have not heard anything, so this is not official until we get that release from the Mariners. But guys, keeping Jean Segura in a Mariners uniform long-term is clearly a goal and a good idea.
Just got to get him some sliding lessons. It'll be good.
So true.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. Veteran Craig Breslow takes over. Craig's in his 12th year.
There you see the number. Still a solid left-hander. 2.75 ERA. League hitting 236.
He gets
play for everybody.
He's had a good career. Also, back in 09, as Book Powell stands in, first time swinging a bat, he pinch ran for Cruz after Nelly delivered an RBI single back in the 4th. Breslow back in 09, Wall Street Journal called him the smartest man in baseball. Degree from Yale University in molecular biophysics and biochemistry. All Ivy League as a junior. And the 24th Bulldog to reach the majors. First pitcher since Ron Darling back in '83.
Dave, those sounds like classes we should have we would have clept.
Man. And that gets away from Jim as both runners advance. I wouldn't have been within 150 miles of those 2 courses. Maybe to watch him go to work, that'd be about it. That's
Yeah.
some good. That's some serious stuff. And he acted third base coach.
And that's not the garden variety of those classes either at Yale, for crying out loud. You're saying to yourself, well, maybe they graded the curve. And then you think for a second, no, that probably isn't any good either. The whole class is
I would say
too smart.
I would say you're correct on that one. I know what I don't know, and that's one of them, or two of those subjects. Boog trying to pick up two more. Slicing line drive. Buxton has run down a lot, and he does it again here. Ryan Dozier said he's the best he's ever played with. And they got a great jump on that one. Mariners leave two, but the big lead, 12-3, looks good. Mason Orthopedics and Sports Medicine by your local Toyota dealers. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. More shots of Lake Union. Beautiful shot there. And how about that score? Mariners 12-3, and James Paxton, his night is done, but he stands to get the victory here tonight. It would be his fifth.
And James was good. He maybe wasn't as unbelievably good as he was against Colorado, but again, got the big lead, did what he had to do to secure the 5 innings. They made him work 96 pitches, but again, good work, upped his pitch count, still good crisp fastball, curveball combo, threw some good sliders, so a good day for James in his second time back from injury.
Time now for a Beacon Plumbing call to the pen. And that's going to bring us to the right-hander, Tony Zick, making his 18th appearance.
Sinker slider from Tony Zick, 2.45 ERA, having a nice bounce back season after shoulder surgery. You see the numbers, only 226 against. Unscored upon, last 13 out of 14 appearances. Sinking fastball in the mid-90s and a really good slider.
Tony's going to get 5, 6, and 7 in the order. Kepler, Escobar, and Jimenez. Put the shift on for Max Kepler, hit into a double play and got a fielder's choice RBI. Shift on against Kepler. And he goes the other way, beats Shift.
Sinker away. Nice piece of hit going the other way by Kepler.
Brings up Escobar, strikeout, base hit to right. Twins RBIs tonight. Home run Dozier in the 4th. Fielder's choice RBI Kepler in the 4th, and an RBI single in the 5th by Joe Mauer. A good performance for James Paxton. There he got his work in. It's nice when you don't have to have your pristine stuff, and the boys get you a bunch of runs, and you're on the line to get a win after 5 innings of work. Was a lot of pitches. You're right.
Yeah, the Twins have a good lineup. They got those first 3 guys are pretty tough. He pitched great for 3 innings, had a little bit of a rough patch in the 4th, and I love the way he finished the 5th. He really reached back and made some great pitches.
Oh, and 2 to Eduardo Escobar. Escobar out of Villa de Cura in Venezuela.
Dave, I have played in Venezuela. I do not know where Villa de Cura is.
Yeah.
It's not a major.
This young man was with the White Sox for a couple of years. Been with the Twins since 2012. One-two. Breaking ball hit to Valencia. They get the lead runner, and they'll settle for that. 3-6 fielder's choice. 1 away. And the Mariners and EQC salute the men and women of the armed forces with a special ticket offer at nearly all home games this season. Members of the U.S. military receive 10% off select seats. Tickets are available when you show your military ID at the Safeco Field box office. And we would be remiss if we did not mention that today is June 6th, 73rd anniversary of D-Day, 1944. And at this time on the 6th of June, boy, a lot of Americans had lost their lives, and a lot of Allied forces, but they went on to win the day and win the war. It was a turning point in the war. Was it Omaha, Juneau, Sword, and I know I'm forgetting the other beach. And a lot of credit to the Rangers who scaled those cliffs. And that work there, and that heroism was maybe unmatched. What a day. If you saw, it was a couple movies, The Longest Day and what was it, Saving Private Ryan. It tells you more than you'd ever want to know about those landing craft doors opening and you're storming the beach if you don't sink to the bottom of the English Channel. All right. Salute to the men and women, the greatest generation.
Without a doubt. Incredible bravery, all for serve your country and make us free. It's just unbelievable what those guys did, and it was talk about going into the eye of the storm.
Oh,
I mean, that was it. The Germans were loaded on top of the cliffs. They had the fastest machine gun ever produced, and they were just pummeling them. To survive that run up the hill was incredible. Pretty amazing.
Look out! I remember reading Yogi Berra was in the Navy, and he was one of the ships that was lobbing in shells to try to soften them up before the invasion started. Here's Jimenez. Strikeout and pop up to Canó. Utah Beach was the 4th one. That's the one I forgot. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A good look from up near the foul pole, third base side. Two-two pitch. Breaking ball, and boy, that got Zunino on his right hand. Gosh. Wow. Jimenez empathizing with Zunino.
Slider away just off the tip of the bat.
Ooh.
Boy, he got that on the back of his hand.
Yeah, he did.
Giving him a little bit of time here to shake it off.
Second time he's been hit in this at bat. Guy's giving him a chance to try to shake it off. If he refers back to the Johnny Bench songbook, tell him to put that hand behind him.
Yes.
And he knows it too. Boy, that's gotta hurt. 2-2 pitch here to Jimenez. Full count. On deck hitter is Ari Adrianza. Jimenez knows from blowouts he's made 3 appearances in blowout losses for the Twins this season. 6 career relief appearances, 3 this year. And an inning pitched against Houston. He's got a career ERA of 9. 6 innings, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout, no walks. Three-two, and he's aboard with a walk. Runners at first and second. Coming up tomorrow, CenturyLink brings you what's next. Alberto Mejia, close to a 4 ERA, goes against Giovanni Gallardo. It's just over a 6 with his ERA, and opponent's raking at 297. He's looking to get back in that win column.
Yeah, the first 9 starts, 4 runs or less, between 5 and 7 innings pitched, really steady, and the last 2 have been rocky for Gallardo.
Strike 1 to Adrianza. Broken bat soft liner back to Paxton in the 3rd. He had a 10 pitch at bat in the 5th. Grounded out to Seager. Back.
Zick feeling pretty good, 96 miles an hour. He's hit that a few times this inning.
Oh, 2 strikes.
Really good rotation on that slider. He just hasn't been able to get that slider to downward tilt when he gets ahead in the count. It's a little bit east-west right now.
Ernest double play depth. 2-2. Two pitch, fouled off. Didn't see it, but somebody obviously made a heck of a catch. Tell you what, the scary moment we saw in Boston at Fenway Park, where a guy was about 6 rows up and did a tumble over 2 rows, and the last row and a railing saved him from catastrophe. 2-2. Strike 3 called. Got him. So 2 outs. So we take a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. I don't know how many people had Minnesota being in first place on June 6th, but there they are. Cleveland 2 games above 500. White Sox got off to a good start, but they're under 500 now. Kansas City struggled right out of the gate.
Looks like a whole division of teams rebuilding.
Yep.
And that's what the Twins are supposed to be doing, but they're playing. Cleveland waiting for Encarnacion to heat up, and they may have to go out and find themselves a little bit more starting pitching.
Gene Glenn has to do a hop and skip to get out of the way. Third base coach. Jeff Smith coaching at first. Paul Molitor. I got Zunino again. Good grief. I think at the end of this inning, he may say, hey, my man, take the rest of the night off. We got Chooch here. I mean, ooh, well, again, the elbow, that's not a lot of laughs either.
Needs more armor back there.
Boy. Sets a low target. And couldn't hold on that time. Mike with a base hit tonight. Strikeout. Looking and swinging. 1 for 3. Scored a run. Trying to put a stop to the 6th inning here. Twins with a couple of men aboard.
Tony going with the touch system with the man on second. Taking a page out of the Jamie Moyer handbook here. No signs. Touch.
Explain that.
Well, instead of putting fingers down, they're doing touches, you know, head, knees, I don't know, some sequence that's telling them what the pitch is going to be without using, you know.
There you go.
That would be smart, like with Paul Molitor at second, I can tell you that much.
Because he was one of the great sign stealers of all time, right?
The best. And, you know, I played with him for 2 years, so I knew how good he was. And then when he became an opponent of mine, and if I was pitching, he was on second, I just wanted to step off and wave him on over to third. Give him the base. Just get him out from behind me. I mean, you could change the sequence, and 2 pitches later, he's got it. Knock it off.
You think he's picking up anything here?
No, but I mean, it's kind of funny that it's Paul's team, and we got Jamie Moyer Jr. out here using the touch system.
You played with some guys who did want the signs if you had them, right?
Yes. Yeah, some teams that were really good in those situations. The Detroit Tigers.
Right.
Banging team of the early 90s with Cecil Fielder and Kurt Gibson and Mickey Tettleton and Trammell and Whitaker and on and on and on.
Right.
And they were great at picking up when the pitcher tipped.
Okay.
In other words, they could see if it was an off-speed pitch by something he was doing, and once they figured it out,
with the glove movement,
right, and
or
once
something.
they had it, it was over. And we put up 10 runs, and Mickey Tettleton was the best. He wanted to know, and once he knew,
strike 3 called. Once he knew, he was ready to work. Coming up for the Mariners, Seager, Motter, and Gamble, as we warmly remember those who gave their lives at Omaha, Juneau, Gold Sword, and Utah Beach in Normandy.
Everybody, Angie Mentink here at the Ford Sports Desk. It is Twitter Tuesday, and our first question of the night was which boat was going to win the boat race in the 6th inning, and the answer to our first Twitter Tuesday question of the night is going to be, I'm going to spoil it for you, it's going to be yellow. Who's going to pull it off? So if you guessed yellow, you may be our first Twitter Tuesday winner of the night. We will reveal the winners tomorrow on Mariners pregame show tomorrow. But guys, I do want to point out that the red boat, the Root Sports red boat, still winning the season tally with 11 victories on the year.
Got more wins than Teddy Roosevelt has at Nationals Park, that's for sure. There's Kyle Seager. That's the greatest race there. Love that. 0-2 to Kyle. He's had a good night. RBI double in the 3rd, 3-run homer in the 4th.
I had to laugh at the continual races in the at the A's Park, where Ricky Henderson, the fastest baseball player ever, can never win those races. Isn't that funny?
I still, next time we go, I have to find out. I don't know if I'll try it on, but I want to find out how much those heads weigh as Dan Altavilla warms up. Well, maybe at the All-Star game they can bring the Teddy Roosevelt head from Washington to race against the Ricky Henderson. Greg Breslow delivers ball 2 to Kyle Seager.
Because Rick was on the bench, and he was not too happy about seeing his look-alike getting beat on a regular basis.
I think what you were talking about with his slider, it's like Milt Stoudemire is addressing the same issue. 2-2 here at Kyle. Look out. It's been a good run here, counting tonight, folks, over the last, counting tonight, so 9 games. Mariners have outscored the opposition 72-22.
You don't want to get too cocky.
No. Joe Friday, just the facts, man.
Men against boys, varsity versus the JVs, Washington Generals versus the Globetrotters.
It's just a real nice sequence in this season. Let's leave it at that, right? Then on the other side, Seager goes the other way. That's a line drive right at Robbie Grossman. 1 down. 4 RBI night for Kyle.
It's good AB right there. Line drive, stayed inside, kept that shoulder in. Line drive off the left-hander. Good at bat.
Greg Breslow, 3rd man out of the pen. Here is Taylor Motter. Base hit the left, stolen base in the 1st. Sacrifice fly in the 3rd, and a pop to short in the 4th. Up the middle, base hit for Taylor Motter. Two-hit day for him, 2 for 3 with an RBI.
Solid, stays on the ball away, goes up the middle of the field. The more he does this, the better things will get. Because the word is out that this guy can hit the ball middle in. So he's going to have to learn to handle the ball away. Not as good at bat.
Six-game hitting streak for him. 7 for his last 18 now. Here's Ben Gamble. See if he can get off the schneid here. He struck out 3 times. Once looking, twice swinging. Strike 1-1. Solid smash. Umpire Brian Gorman got out of the way. Base hit for Ben Gamble. Good for him.
Again, nice job of staying shoulder in, staying up the middle of the field against the left-hander. Gamble hits a rocket, almost takes out the second base umpire. gets himself on the board.
So the last man to check in of the starters for a base hit is Mr. Dyson. Ben's aboard. That extends his hitting streak to 9 games. There's a lot of great numbers on the board here for Seattle. There's an 1 for 3.
People, I don't know, they probably do think about this, but catchers, it's just the wear and tear of being in a squat for 3 hours and then getting up and trying to hit. And oh, by the way, you've had 95-mile-an-hour fastball off the arm twice.
Right.
So, you know, it's not easy. It's not easy to be back there, and then it's not easy to hit.
Second time for Breslow with Minnesota. He was with them in 08 and 09. With Miami last year. Seven teams he's been with, twice with Boston, twice with Minnesota. From the third base side of the rubber, 1-2 to Zunino. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Third K tonight from Mike. It's 2 away, 2 on. Here in the 6th. Mariners RBIs matter both on and off the field. Every Mariners RBI during the 2017 season, Pat Carr makes a donation to the Page Ahead Children's Literacy Program. Mariners thank Pat Carr for their support in our community. See if Dyson can get on the board with a base hit. Only started without one tonight. Comebacker to the pitcher, hit by a pitch, run scored, and a strikeout. 1-1 to count. Dyson is 0 for 1 against Breslow. Fly ball center field deep, long run. Paxton got it. Impressive. He can go get him. Mariners leave a couple. We go to the 7th, 12-3 lead. Good night to look at that score. Look at it, 12-3. That is a thing of beauty. Mariners headed for their 4th consecutive victory. Dave Sims, Bill Kruger here. Bill subbing for Mike Flowers, who has the night off, and Bill talked earlier in the broadcast about playing in South America. Well, Dave Valley joins us right now. Dave, you've had some experience playing in South America and other environs down in the maybe in the Caribbean area. What are your remembrances about those days?
Well, I think I could probably write a book. Maybe I should write a book about it, because each country was so different, so unique in the experiences, whether it was the food, whether it was the hotels, whether it was the bus rides in Mexico. I remember one bus ride in Mexico going from Mexicali all the way back down to Culiacan, where I played. It was 27 hours. So the game ended, we got on the bus, and we rode, and then the sun came up, and there was no air conditioning on the bus. It was about 100 degrees. Then the sun went down, and we were still on the bus. So all the guys opened up the windows, and I just remember the roads being dusty and all the dust coming in and just sticking to yourself. But that was Mexico. I also played in Barranquilla, Colombia, which is the hometown of Shakira, and played in Caracas, Venezuela. And then I played 2 years in the Dominican Republic for a team called Caimanes and the other one called La Romana. So very familiar with those places. And I tell you what, I would not trade those experiences for anything. Just loved being a part of the different culture, trying to play baseball, trying to get better, and playing against some incredible talent. Like down in the Dominican, it was like playing in the big leagues. Back then, all the big leaguers played. Tony Pena played all the time. George Bell, Joaquin Andujar, Mario Soto. I mean, these are big league players that you were playing against. So if you could hang with those guys, it gave you confidence that you could play in the big leagues back in the States.
Billy, drop some names and some of the guys you played with and against.
Well, I mean, I joined Venezuela. Maracay is where I played. I didn't get to the big city of Caracas like Dave. I wasn't as big a shooter, but Davey Concepcion was our shortstop.
That works.
The funny thing was that we got off such a slow start that the rank and file were so pissed at the manager they wanted to kill him. So we had to fire the manager, and Concepcion became the player manager. I'm not kidding about that.
I know you're not. Wow.
I mean, you know, not to say that I didn't have a great experience, because I did.
Right.
And a fabulous cultural experience, and speaking and meeting and just all the things that come with playing outside of the United States. But I got robbed by gunpoint in Venezuela.
Oh yeah.
So, he didn't have to tell me exactly what he said. He said it pretty quickly and pointed a gun at me out of a roll down car window, just about 150 yards from the hotel.
Managerial changes, Val, are part of baseball. Do you have anything in that same neighborhood?
Yeah, speaking of Venezuela, my first night there, I get in about midnight, and the next thing I know, I finally get into, I was at the Anauco Hilton Hotel, and the next morning I am awoken by banging on the door. Now at that point, my Spanish was not real good, but all I heard was "Policia, policia," which means police. So I was like, okay, I'm opening the door here, because it sounded like they were going to knock it down. Well, they came in and they ransacked my hotel room, looking through my luggage, and I'm like going, trying to ask them what's going on here, because I just got in like 7 hours earlier. Well, it turned out that one of the Americans was trying to buy something he shouldn't have been buying on the streets, and after he purchased it, he actually was shot in the back.
Ooh.
So they thought all the Americans were doing that, so they came in and just raided the entire Hilton Hotel of all the Americans. So that was my rude awakening to Venezuela, to Caracas, Venezuela that day.
Let me ask you something. When you got off the plane, you got back to the States, how long did you kiss the tarmac?
I tell you, it just gives you a greater appreciation of what an incredible country we live in. The freedoms that we have here are second to none around the globe. But being in those environments, baseball is such it's just held so high in esteem in all of those countries. But it's definitely quirky, Dave. I have to tell you, another story from Venezuela. About the 4th inning, I'm playing for the Caracas Leones, and all of a sudden I hear this roar. Well, it's a 2-1 count, and all of a sudden the umpires call timeout. And I'm like, timeout? It's a 2-1 count. There's only 1 out in the inning. Well, Tony Armas had just won the home run title for the Boston Red Sox that year. He entered the stadium. So the game stopped, like in the middle of a count. My pitcher's looking at me like, what is going on? Tony Armas walks all the way down to home plate.
Slowly.
And they have an impromptu ceremony to honor Tony Armas in the middle of the baseball game. Not even in between innings. They just stopped the game.
Oh my goodness, that is remarkable. And lastly, the flavor, the tone in the ballpark as compared to what we have here in the States? What are we talking about when you were down there?
Well, in the DR, they have the round robin in January, and it is just a magical place. I mean, the love and the fervor that the fans have down there. You know, there's betting in the stands. They're betting on, is this next pitch going to be a strike or a ball?
This is true.
You know, they have a band that's in the stands. They have dancers like cheerleaders on top of the dugouts. It is a totally unique experience. So for any great baseball fan, if you ever want to really kind of taste something different, go down to the Dominican Republic in January and watch some playoff baseball.
Wow. Val, thanks, man. Great insight.
Thanks, Val.
Good
right,
stuff. Guys. Catch Val on the Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines coming up after the final out. 2-1, Dan Altavilla trying to get the third out here. He's got Canó. There's a base hit up the middle. His second hit today. Time now for a cricket attendance for today's game. 18,166. Two out, base runner on. Brings up Robbie Grossman. 2 walks and a flat array. Well, that's a catalog of stories right there, fellas. Man.
Yeah, there's plenty.
27-hour bush.
Val was in 3 countries. He put in his time, so stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of the tail end of the story that I was telling you about getting robbed at gunpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had like a bank pouch that had my valuables in it, had my key to my room, and
right.
a little bit of money, and fortunately none of my credit cards or my ID. For some reason it wasn't in there. It was great. So it came up, and of course with the key being stolen, I'm going to change rooms, right? So change rooms. Not but one night later.
This one ripped. He turned on a fastball. One hopped the fence. Robbie Grossman. Canó, big man will hold at third. 2-out double.
Not but one night later, one of my esteemed colleagues on the team had one too many Polar beers and staggered up to his room and collapsed and passed out. Woke up the next morning, come to find out he was not in his room. What does that mean? Well, keys work in multiple rooms. That's the word. So much for changing rooms and changing keys. It doesn't matter. They work in all other rooms.
You too were thrilled when he returned to the USA. Cue up some.
You know, that rekeying doors is too
USA.
expensive. You know, it's just too much.
Oh my gosh. Two outs. Swing and a miss by Max Kepler. Bounced into a double play. Fielder's choice RBI. Base hit to left. This is playable. Tail and Modern got it under control, and that will do it for the Twins in the 7th home. The 7th coming up, stretch time. Mariners enjoying a 12-3 lead. Play today. Final look at Lake Union before the sunset. We recorded this beautiful night here in Seattle, and the score's not too shabby. 8th time the Mariners have been in double figures this season. Got a big 12-3 lead over the Central Division leading Minnesota Twins. Dave Sims, Bill Kruger with you. And Buddy Boshers is going to take over.
Another one of their young left-handed pitchers out of the bullpen. Boshers, this will be his 5th game. 2.57 ERA, not too shabby. Fastball about 90. He's going to throw a lot of curveballs. That's his signature pitch.
Buddy Boshers out of Huntsville, Alabama, drafted by the Angels, 4th round in '08, out of Calhoun Community College in Decatur, Alabama. Played for the Angels 25 games in 13, and then last year coming over to the Twins. There's Guillermo Heredia, leadoff man today. 5th time that's happened this season. He's got 2 hits. You know, bullet comebacker of Alex Wimmers back in the 5th. The base hit to left in the 4th. Prior to that, walk, run scored, and strikeout looking. Just joining us, it's been a fun offensive night for the Mariners. They jumped all over Hector Santiago, the starter who came in with a scoreless streak here in Seattle against the Mariners at 14 innings. That ended quickly. Walked first 2 men, Heredia and Valencia, and Robbie Canó took him out of the ballpark for a 3-run shot. This one popped up. So Maurer takes control. So that was in the 1st inning, a 3-0 lead for James Paxton. Paxton was brilliant. Got a double play to help him so in the 2nd, so he faced the minimum of 9 through the first 3 innings. Offensively in the 3rd, Seager with an RBI double, a sac fly for Maurer. And then in the 4th, Valencia came up with bases loaded, and he cleared him with a double. Later on, Nelly Cruz, 2 batters later, Nelly Cruz RBI single, and then Kyle Seager hit a 3-run homer. So here's Tyler Smith. He's going to take Valencia's place. About the other night when he got his first big league hit, it was a double. Turned around about 97.
That guy was throwing hard with a nasty slider. Tyler stuck his nose in there and got himself his first big league hit. That was fantastic. A double. Big alum of the Oregon State Beavers. Beavers moving on to the Super Regional.
That's great.
That is a juggernaut down there, that program.
Way out front, 1-2. We saw a lot of Tyler Smith during spring training. Canó and Cruz and everybody else away on the WBC. He got plenty of playing time. $12 runs on 12 hits for the Mariners. And Tyler Smith's a strikeout victim. Jimenez will throw to first to complete it. So 2 outs. Let's take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the game. And here's Danny Valencia going to clear the bases and watch these fellas run. Heredia was in full gear. Dyson never even got to 2nd gear. But look at Guillermo. No throw. Cleared the bases beautifully. Danny Valencia, super duper hot. 1 for 3 tonight. And let's see, 10 for his last 13. Well, that's pretty good, huh?
Yeah. I'm thinking, did I ever do that anywhere in my career, in Little League or wiffle ball in the backyard? I mean, 10 for 13.
That's sensational. Robbie Canó been on base 4 times. 3-run homer, walk, run scored, base hit to center, run scored, and a walk in the 5th.
Yeah, he solved that atom ball problem right out of the chute, didn't he?
Yeah.
So you try to catch this one.
Yeah, he had been
3-run homer.
It had a hard 0 for 9 the last couple of games. Hit the ball. I mean, you just can't hit it much better. This is the first of 3 against the Twins. And we'll see him 4 times next week in Minnesota. 3 night games and a day game. Then head to Texas. A very brief 1-week road trip. 1-1 pitch. Two pitch here to Canó. Slap foul.
Robbie always had this long stroll where he goes to the other batter's box and all the way around the back. Is that always? I mean, I've been watching him for a while. I just don't remember the long stroll as often.
He works up some mileage.
And he sorts it out, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Stroll,
That's exactly what he's doing, sorting it out. Breaking ball right to Dozier. The Mariners are going 1-2-3 in the 7th. Here comes the 8th inning, and the Mariners in front of these Twins 12-3. Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by Jack in the Box. Come try the sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger combo for $4.99. Limited time only. Base hit up the middle. Eduardo Escobar. Gamble will get it back in. Defensive changes. Taylor Motter moves from short to first, with Valencia pulled from the game, and Tyler Smith will take over at shortstop. James Paxton started for the Mariners, 5 innings of 5 hit, 3-run ball, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 96 pitches, 57 for strikes, gave up a home run. It's Chris Jimenez, 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's 1-0. Swing, and that's good pitch. It's the only game remaining active in the major leagues as we speak here, 10:14 Pacific time. And Jimenez flinching 1-2.
Two good sliders from Altavilla.
One and two from Altavilla. About that. 12 runs on 12 hits for the Mariners. 3 runs, 9 hits for the Minnesota Twins. Infield double play depth here. 1-2 to Chris. You know, couldn't hold on. Mike is just taking a beating tonight. The last time Jimenez was up on the balls, he was fouling off. We're getting to Mike.
Very nice. You're in the same fraternity. You shouldn't be doing that, right? To one another. That's bad form, isn't it?
Yeah, Chris is empathizing with Mike last time up on that album. Pops this one up. Seager's got it. Let's check in with Angie Menten.
Guys, thanks so much. We have talked at length about Felix Hernandez's start down for the Tacoma Rainiers, and while things didn't go the way they wanted, fans were sure excited to see him out on the mound again. Justin checking in with the hashtag Where I Root, presented by Alaska Airlines along with Jerry. Make sure you use that hashtag and let us know where you're cheering on the King or the hometown 9 here in Seattle. How about this? 2 Canadians married to Mariner fans. The big maple party, including maple syrup, maple bacon, and maple bars. It sounds delicious. The hashtag to use is Where I Root, presented by Alaska Airlines. That's a party I could go to.
That sounds like thousands of calories and a lot of enjoyment too. Minnesota came in here 8-2 over the last 3 years. Safeco Field, including 5 consecutive victories. Adrianza drives one deep to the gap. Dyson on the track makes the catch. 2 away. Long run there to left center field. MLB.com @bat, your #1 mobile app for live Mariners baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. You get Mariners home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com @bat today. 2 outs brings us Byron Buxton. 2 strikeouts looking. Sandwiched around a base hit. Left field in the 5th inning. Seager ate him up. Thing was hit hard. Escobar digging for 3. Here's a throw cut off. And a stand-up double for Buxton. It's his 5th double of the season. Buxton, a major defensive talent, still working on the hitting. If he ever gets that hitting going, look out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he can go get him out there, and if he could get on base enough, I'm sure he'd be a major stealing threat.
9 out of 10 base stealing. Top of the order brings up Dozier. Brian Dozier, the second baseman. 1 for 3 with a home run. Home run number 9 for him. Solo shot back in the 4th. Twins lost won 3 out of 4 in Anaheim. Prior to that, they'd been swept at home by Houston in 3 games, 16-8, 7-2, and 17-6.
It's 40 runs in 3 games.
Wow. And in 1 game, the first game, they were up 8-1 and gave it up in the last 2 innings. And despite that, they still have a great run in, a great road record. Coming into today's game, 17-6. I know that, and that sweepage by Houston, by the way, was in Minneapolis. before they had that tough go with Houston. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Rays. The Rays and Astros didn't treat them well. Two. There's no all about Houston. There's a 2-5 against them. They've stayed with them in terms of runs scored. Houston's only +5 in run differential. Good news tonight. The 11-game win streak for Houston ended. Kansas City with the late rally beat them 9-7. Popped up. I think it's going to land or be right in front of us and above us. A lot of double-figure scores tonight. Arizona 10-2 over San Diego. Colorado 11-3 over Cleveland. Cubs beat Miami 10-2. Cincy beat St. Louis 13-1. Scooter Gennett hit 4 home runs for Cincinnati. 17th player in big league history to do that. Joe Mauer's on deck.
None of those 17 are named Scooter, I would bet.
No.
A lot of
Mike Cameron,
Mickeys,
Willie Mays,
Willies, and Garrigs.
Who was it? Hard hitting Mark Whitten. Swing and a miss. Dozier can't catch up the high heat. Altavilla gives up a couple of hits, but Strands 2. 12-3 Mariners.
Everybody, Angie Mentink here at the Ford Sports Desk. The Astros were after their 12th straight win tonight, and the Royals just weren't that keen on letting them have it. They score 4 in the 8th inning, and then Mike Moustakas walks them off in the 9th inning. They come back to beat the Houston Astros, who at one point led this game 7-1. The final score 9-7. Guys, back to you. And by the way, we got a new pitcher. I love Chris Jimenez, you guys. I miss him so badly, and it brings me such joy to see him out on the mound.
No, I hear you. He's one of my favorites as well. I talked to him for about 15 minutes, and he is a riot. Good dude. This will be his 4th appearance on the mound. He's got a 9 ERA, no record. He's pitched a total of 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs both earned. Has given up a home run, no walks, no strikeouts. So he's their blowout guy. And Escobar goes from DH to catch. He certainly you got to bring out a different chest protector, maybe one that fits him a little bit better. How about that? Almost like they were bringing him a hazmat. Jason Castro is the regular starting catcher, but he looks like the emergency catcher. He certainly doesn't have the classic catcher's build, right? It's been there's Jason Castro, Stanford man, longtime Houston Astro, was an all-star one year. So Chris Jimenez is going to throw it in there. Who was your emergency guy back when you played? Who?
Oh, I'm just trying to think, and I changed teams so often. But I've been involved, man. I've been involved in a couple of games where the EP finished it. Not proud moments for the starting pitcher.
Well, I'll bet.
When you end up with the EP, the extra pitcher, showing up at the end of the game.
Chris Jimenez throwing here to Boog Powell, leading off in bottom of the 8th. It's an easy out. Now, how much? Big spot by Chris. He's terrific. How much does this discombobulate a hitter, an everyday hitter, when you got a guy in? Hey man, we're getting blown out, we're conceding, and I'm just going to throw it over. You do something with it.
I mean, that is like knuckleball speed, 67 miles an hour.
Right.
You know, you just can't wait, can't stay back, right? I mean, he's not even attempting to like say I'm going to try to.
Right.
Do something here. He is just laying it in there.
He's having a
catch.
It's called. Lay and catch. Hit pretty well. Buxton giving chase, running out of room, and he runs it down. 2 outs. What were you saying earlier about pitching to the ballpark?
Well, there you go. Pitch to the big part of the ballpark. That's Jimenez doing that perfectly, right? You got a guy out there in center that if it's in the park, it's going to get caught.
Right. No doubt.
I mean, anywhere in the park, that guy will get it.
Watching Buxton run. He's got 2 outs on 4 pitches, Chris Jimenez. And he runs very
like
reminiscent
the wind.
of Devon White, Gary Maddox.
Yes.
Gary Pettis. Vincent will pitch. Mariners will have a guy who defines himself as a relief pitcher. Here's Motter going down the left field line, out of play. Nick Vincent's business card says relief pitcher.
It's funny when you play catch with position players, they got all kinds of pitches, right?
Right.
They got every pitch. They need toes to call all their signs, you know.
And look at this. Jimenez throws a 1-2-3, 8th inning. Foul territory, Canó. Inning over, 10 pitches. We'll have to talk to him about that tomorrow. 12-3 lead for the Mariners.
The Mariners lead it by 9 runs ahead on Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines. Dave Valley breaks down James Paxton's night, which feels like it was 3 hours ago, because it was. We'll head inside the happy clubhouse to hear from the Mariners, and we'll recap how Mitch Haniger and Felix Hernandez did tonight for the Tacoma Rainiers. It's all ahead on Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines. Now, this is a lopsided score, guys, and we just saw Chris Jimenez out there pitching for the Twins, but we don't have a position player throwing for the Mariners, do we?
Oh no.
Sure.
We got to do it. A guy doing his job.
But a new pitcher.
Yeah, and a new pitcher, Nick Vincent. He's a little experienced. Good to see Nick again. He's got 2, 3, 4 in the order here for the Twins. 12-3. Late joining us. 3 in the first for the Mariners, 2 in the third, 7 in the fourth. Joe Mauer driven in 1 of the 3 runs for Minnesota.
Bullpen getting a little work tonight, Dave. Just a little refresher. Keep everybody sharp. Zick gets an inning. Altavilla a couple innings. Nick Vincent's going to get an inning. After a kind of a rocky start, like the first week or two, Nick Vincent's been
he's
nails
been really
since
good.
then. I mean, he's been tough. Good cutter, and he'll sneak that four-seamer above the hands.
Power goes the other way for base hit. His second tonight. Here comes Miguel Canó.
This guy's like a defensive end, isn't he?
He is a big man. Talking to James Rowson, hitting coach, great teammate. Wants to get better. Ooh, he did not cheat himself there. Took over the lead. All-star balloting for third baseman. Oh, 2.
Good changeup by Nick. That takes a big swing at you like that. Take a little bit off.
Snow's been murder on the road entering today. 357, 10 of his home runs, 26 RBIs at home. 4 homers, 17 runs, and 255. It says too pull happy at home. Taylor Motter makes the play. And that'll bring up Robbie Grossman. 2 walks, a fly to right, and a double to right. 1 for 2. Well, we've been saying all along, once you get to the month of June, 2 really good homestands, make hay out of it. So far, so good.
Sneaking up on 500. You get to 500. You can peek
like
over
it.
the other side of the hill, Dave. You start really looking at things and looking at standings and looking at how many games out, et cetera, et cetera. You got to get to 500, and
Yes,
they're
sir.
getting there.
One. Strike 2.
Well, like most teams, when you can chase the starter, and the Mariners did a wonderful job of doing that
I'll
tonight.
say.
You get to the soft underbelly of most teams, and that was pretty clear today with the Minnesota Twins. That's why they're 15th in reliever ERA. They got a nice guy at the end, but
Can't get to
a
him.
couple nice guys at the end. But
Yep.
that other part of that bullpen, not so much, and we exposed them.
shift on for Robbie Grossman. Hit foul earlier in the game on the lead. Went well into the favor for the Mariners. Scott Servais got Danny Valencia out of the game, and he got Nelson Cruz out of the game. Cruz had a base hit and an RBI. Danny Valencia had a 3-run double. Break it open in the 4th. 2-2 pitch here to Grossman. Should be 2. There's the front end. Back in, no sir. Get the force out on Mauer. There's 4-5. Seager covering, so it's 2 down. So 2 outs. Man at first brings up Max Kepler. Kepler hit into a double play, got a fielder's choice RBI. Base hit to left, and a pop to short. Here's 0-1 from Nick. Center field, Dyson's got it covered. That's your ball game. Mariners won it 12-3. 4th consecutive win, 8th in the last 9. They've outscored the opponent 72-22. Bill, it's been a good run. They get to within a game of 500 at 29-30.
Boy, the club is hot. Offense is spreading the wealth around to different guys, but it was more about the core. Canó 3-run homer, Seager 3-run homer and 4 RBIs, and of course the bases clearing double that broke the camel's back by Danny Valencia, and a 5 solid innings from James Paxton, moving up that pitch count. Good night for him.
Amen. Bill, good to have you in the booth here this evening. Thanks so much for your time. Mariners into the Twins 5-game winning streak here at Safeco Field. For Bill Kruger, I'm Dave Sims. Mariners post game presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Brad and Dave. Fellas.
All right, Dave and Mr. Kruger, thank you very much. Yes, Canó and the boys celebrating a nice win at home. Now they are won 8 of 9 and also now 8-2 at the first game of the series here at Safeco Field. And they just keep rolling and they keep rolling. And we said, Val, in the media room, we said, boy, Canó 3-run home run, that could be all James Paxton needs.
Yeah, with the way he's been thrown, but Robbie Canó right here putting a quick 3-spot up on the board for the Mariners in the early going. Just gave Paxton some breathing room to come out of the gate. Not that he needed it, but it sure is nice when your team can jump out and give you a lead early in the ball game. But this offense has just been carrying this ball club for the last couple of weeks, and it's good to see them starting to come together, come up with the big hits, and they're really getting help all the way through the lineup. You know, you start seeing guys like Motter going down in the latter part of that lineup and Zunino contributing. When those guys do that, the core guys are always going to show up, and it just makes things easier. Winning seems simple when those guys do that.
We talked about it pregame. You get an offense, you get starting pitching, bullpen, and that's why you win 8 of 9.
It's the formula to winning.
It's the formula, and they've been following it, and the guy getting it going again was Mr. Canó, and he's standing by with Jen Mueller.
Well, I'm wondering, with the way the Twins have played on the road and the way that they can score runs on the road, did it put any extra pressure to score runs early against them?
Well, not really. We're just trying to play our game, and things are falling our ways. I mean, we're doing our job early in the game, and I think that has been the key. That's got to be Segura for sure.
It was indeed Gene Segura on the DL, but still contributing in very important ways in the dugout and the clubhouse. The home run that you hit, did Santiago just think he could slip one inside twice?
Well, you know what? I haven't been that successful against him. I was just trying to put the ball on play and trying to get one RBI, but thanks God that he went over the fence.
The quad injury kept you out for a few games. You've been back now for a couple of weeks. How close are you to 100%?
I would say right now I feel like 96%. Thanks to these two guys, Martin and Segura, no respect.
We should ask how do you feel, Gene? What percent are you?
Almost 70, 80. There you go. I like the way that goes. Okay, so here we go. Gene's not in the lineup right now. You guys are still hitting. Why will this team continue to hit?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, I would say everyone is doing the job, not only during the game, but just in the cage and preparing themselves the right way. And motivation that guys are coming from AAA, not only offensively, but pitching, they have done a great job.
And, Gene, anything you want to add about Robbie's performance?
He's the best.
We'll let these.
He just wants to be on TV.
Yeah, well, hey, it works after a win. The Mariners have now won 8 of their last 9. We'll let these guys get inside.
All right, Jen, thank you very much. Boy, kind of a weak effort by Segura. I mean, just 2 cups of water. Like, not even, I mean.
I don't think he wanted to lift up that big, heavy Gatorade.
That's true. He's got the high ankle sprain. Yeah, you're right. Take a look at this. It's Gene Segura wanting to be on TV, according to Robbie. But, yeah, just very calm, collected.
Well, you know, that actually is like a sign of respect for the veteran, right? He doesn't want to really douse him, but just give him enough moisture, enough love.
Cool him out a little bit, cool him off. Yeah. And Canó knowing right away that
and if you did notice, I did notice Gene Segura was carrying Robbie's bats, number 22 on there, so maybe he's his bat boy for tonight.
Well, for the foreseeable future while he's on the DL,
sure,
I like that.
Ought to be.
Yes. All right, so that's Segura, and we also saw Motter out there. How about the job, though? Robbie mentioned it, pitching. James Paxton, maybe not his greatest, but our local forward, keys to the game. He was good enough, and a lot of in-between waiting while the offense put up big numbers.
Yeah, well, we saw tonight him give up his first home run since last September. Not as sharp as we've seen him in the past, but still good enough. He ended up going 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had only 4 strikeouts, but did have 3 walks. He didn't have that really good command that we have seen him in the past. But when your team can put up the big numbers early like that, no need for him to go deep into this ball game with that huge lead.
Take a look at what he's done this year at home. 4-0, ERA 1.17, and it went up today. 4 earned runs, 33 strikeouts, 3 of the 4 earned runs tonight. Paxton improves to 5-0. We'll have more on the big lefty coming up on the post-game show. But yes, the outfield gets to celebrate. Mr. Heredia and Dyson and Gamble. Mariners win it 12-3 in game 1 of the set. Post-game presented by Alaska Airlines continues.